the rise now. Endless celebrations all in my house. Levitating now, I'm super duper fly now. London boy, but DC where I reside now. Put the time in while you always yelling time out. And quit it, cause I know I'm coming with it. You were sitting, you were wishing I was handling my business. Now I got the ball like Harry Potter playing Quidditch. And my business is humongous, you would think that happens in it. Oh man, I'm all that, yeah, I'm all that. Working for that whip, yeah, that what you call that. I'ma blow up in the summer, have him yelling fall back. And I've always been ahead like an effing ball cap. Man, I came in the game like, whoa. Got a couple chains on me cause I like gold. They told me I'm the best and I told them I know. Cause when I'm in your town, every ticket I sold. Yeah, they saying I'm the man. Facts, bro. Facts, lot of haters. Tell me where they at though. I'm the new pop, all I do is rap though. Want me on your song, throw a couple stacks, yo. Everybody wanna do the same thing. That's why we ain't on the same page. Do my own thing and I maintain. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah, I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream.
Test
mainstream.
Let's
Flow
go.
like water, so I'm going mainstream.
Oh yeah. Mic check. Shout out to the VIPs. Oh yeah.
Damn. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Woo. I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream.
Yo, what's up, grinders? How you doing? This is a mic check.
Yo.
All right, let's see if this works.
It is, yo,
I think my thing is done. Like my monocaster thing is shot. So I don't know how I'm gonna do this. It's gonna do like these crazy, like low voices. I don't know how does it sound. So I was gonna check. Let me check on my end. Sorry about this, but yeah.
I think
Oh my god, this thing is gonna be doing
tons of.
No,
This
this
sucks. Hello.
I might have to do. It sounds trippy. Dude, this thing is shot.
Yo, it sounds like a high pitch. Eh. Maybe if I did the male, this thing
Shut up.
Dude, I don't know how to fix this.
I don't know how to fix this at all. I don't know what is going
Going on. Yo.
The tools.
This is crazy. No, I'm not joking. This is a mess.
This is a mess.
It's a mess. I tried unplugging stuff. I don't know. It works and then it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Maybe I could use the. Hold on. Let's see. This is gonna be fun. Let's see. Is that work? Is it? It's not this. Not that. I'm gonna have to use a voice changer from my regular voice. Let me hear how it sounds. I don't. Let
me hear how it sounds.
Fun. Can use the right unplugging stuff. I don't know. Yo, it works and then it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Maybe I could.
It
use,
is like mini jazz.
hold on.
I don't know what's going on.
Let's see.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I don't know. This. I think my soundboard is shot. I think it's done. I don't know how long it's gonna keep me in. Yeah, I don't know how long it's gonna keep me in this thing. I'm just afraid to touch anything.
Plug in stuff? I don't know. Yo, it works and then it doesn't.
How do I sound now?
Let me see.
I'm not doing it. I don't know. This. I think my
I gotta
soundboard is shot.
Yo.
I
think
gotta
it's
put
done.
the pitch thing is
I
shot.
don't know how long.
No, I'm
it's
good,
gonna
and then I go.
Then I go, holy
Shit,
Yeah, I
this
don't
is
know how long
it's
it's gonna keep me
trippy.
in this thing. I'm just afraid to touch
Yo.
anything.
This sucks. I'm gonna have to do something.
Let me. All right.
I'm tilting. Yo, I'm gonna let. All right.
I'm gonna let something play while this is working.
Now I sound like a demon voice. This is wild. I have another microphone. Let me try to do this. And then, yeah. Now I sound,
That sound like. That sound like.
oh yeah, baby. It's like the illness just took over. This is crazy.
My monocast is shot.
It's shot.
Dude, this is wild. All right. I got a video. Hold on. I'm going to talk about something from Avowed, and you're going to listen. I'm going to do that. Like B-roll here, because I have something here while this is working. It just keeps going in and out. There's not much I can do. I know, I'm morphing into different things. I am not touching anything. But if I leave
You're my number one customer.
if I leave it here, it's going to change on me. I got to turn the pitch down in order for it to give me my regular voice. But then that goes into Barry Manilow.
Yep. See, there it goes.
I didn't touch anything. And then it goes into
You're my
this.
number one customer.
This is wild. This is freaking wild.
It's possessed.
I'm not touching anything. Oh my God. All right. I think I'm going to fix something on the fly. Grind this. This is what we do. Hit that like button. I'm going to, while I try to figure out to get my demon self back, I have an extra mic before this thing goes wild. And
There you go.
I got something to play. So it's not dead air.
Where is it?
It's wild.
So the,
Demon voice. I did. It is like a multiple. Yo,
it is.
Yeah, it's done. All right. Hold on, I got something for you. Oh man, this sucks. Now it works, and then it goes in there. This is a Series S Grindhouse. Oh man, that's an insult. That's an insult. That's an insult because I am trying. I have my other mic. It's the Phil. It's Phil Ness taking over. He finally took over. The Phil Ness. Where's my? Yep, there it goes again.
This is freaking wild. There it goes.
There it goes. I can't even do a show with this. Get me on me see. No, I got
Yeah, but I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna fix it.
Here we go. Entonces the machismo. We got some. We got some. God, are you kidding me with this?
Yeah, tune.
I got it. This sucks. I can't believe this is doing this.
You're my number one customer.
All right, I got Grindhouse
tune while I fix this. All right.
Lotto it out. Control it in hand. In the gaming grindhouse, where the best will stand. No time to rest. We grind day and night. Gaming is our passion. We're ready for
You're
the
my
fight.
number one
Leveling
customer.
up. We're the kings and queens. With every victory, our fame increases. We're the gamers, the ones they are. No challenge is too tough. We're ready for more. From the classics to the latest release, we dominate the leaderboards with ease. Our skills are unmatched. We're on top of the game. No one can take away our gaming fame. To the latest release, we dominate the leaderboards with ease. Our skills are unmatched. We're on top of the game. No one can take away our gaming fame.
Yo, okay. I think you guys can hear me now. Oh, yeah.
Herman host, we on the floor. VIP grinders, we want some more. Quality games, making us sway. The crowd is moving, we're here to play. Never go through your piece of, that's right. We know the score, we're in a fight. We're the gamers, we call the shots. Keep it real, make it hot. In the club, we're feeling the vibe. Herman host got us feeling alive. Grinding hard, leveling up. We won't stop, won't never give up.
All right. This is going to be wild, grinders. All right. All right. Can you guys hear me? How's it sound? Dude. Oh, my God. So I'm using my lapel microphone for this. So let me hear how this sounds.
We won't stop.
All right, can you guys hear me? How's it? All right. All right, so you can hear me. We're going to do it this way. I'm going to have to, yeah. So sorry for the technical difficulties, everybody, but we're going to have a Grindhouse with the lapel microphone here. So sounds good. Yeah, this should sound good. This is my backup microphone here. I think I got to scrap my whole thing. A little boxy. Well, I'll bring it up a little closer to up here, and hopefully it's not there. I'm going to increase the gain, so hopefully that's better. Let me see if I can edit filters. All right, it's a little bootleg. That's a little bootleg. All right, sound, and hopefully it's not there. All right, yeah, I hear it. It's gonna have to. Yeah, my mic is gone. Yeah, my mic is done. So the show must go on. The show must go on. So this is better here. I am going to see if I could add a gain filter to kind of increase my voice here. So let's do a little bit of a gain there. And does that sound better, or I should do more of a gain? Put it high, you can see it. You want to hear my mouth breathing? Dude, yo, it's better than the malfunctioning voice changer. Dude, I don't know what the hell happened, dude. I was not canceling this show. We're not canceling it. I'm using my lapel microphone, and we're going to play it until the friggin' battery dies on this thing. We're doing the topics. The show must go on. That's what I'm saying. The show must go on. My mic is done. The sound, the grinds board is done. All right? So I'm going to put this thing on here. Sounds fine to me. Thank you, Fred Vance. Thank you. All right, we're good. This is how we do it. This is how we're doing it here. This is Grindhouse style. This is now the true Grindhouse radio. From the Grindhouse. Liquid Data after 2. He goes, it's the Phil. Dude, I think Phil took over my Grindhouse board. That's it. Emma Parker with the 5. Today's Grindhouse presented with Xbox quality. Damn right, Emma Parker. Thank you very much for the super chat. Liquid Data with the 5. He goes, laugh my ass off. Just keep it moving. Sounds like you're morphing into different things. That's the problem. The problem is that I'm morphing into different things. Plus, all my sounds and stuff that you hear come through the monocaster, so I cannot unhook it. So you could do it. Like, it's crazy. It's shot. While leaves the Game Cat with the 5, he goes, PSVR sales are on fire. Hopefully, folks got it. The device is unbeatable at $350. I'm an RE4 second Krauser fight and loving it. 2024 lineup looking good. Yo, thank you very much. And Ron M with the 5 gifted members. I still have the soundboard. That's why the show must go on, because I have all videos and stuff that I want to show, and the sound has to come through. So I have the soundboard, but the microphone's not working on it. So it's shot. It's shot to hell. And speaking of the VR, dude, you can see the first topic. Thank you, Waleed. Let me, because I had a whole bunch of stuff coming, everybody. Michael Meridian, well, here we go. For those that just picked up the PSVR 2, why don't we go into the first topic of this evening? So I just got, a global cluster. It's a mod for the PSVR headset, PSVR 2 headset. Dusting off the mic. Now, this is a lapel microphone, so hopefully it comes through better. The shirt, yeah, I think it should be good now. You turn up the volume just a little bit there. So here, let me actually show it to you, because this is what I wanted to do. I had a whole setup here, here. There we go. So this is what I wanted to show you. Yeah, so guys, this is the thing that's shot. This right here, my monocaster thing, this thing is fried. This thing right here is fried. I can't even pull it over. The wires are on it. So like all the pitches and everything, it's done. It's not working anymore. So that's done. But anyway, yes, the best comfort mod, Brian Hannies. So I just got this global cluster. So what you do is, so one of the issues that you have is that the piece back here sits behind the back of your head, and the pressure from here kind of puts a tension headache you get. Even though this is a very comfortable PSVR 2 headset, it's very comfortable, but you do get the pressure on your forehead, and this thing has to sit low. So this has to kind of sit like if you're looking straight on, like it has to sit like sort of high up to get that sweet spot. So what I did was I saw this global cluster recommended on Twitter, and I picked it up. And basically what it is that it comes with a little tool, and you just pop off. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a video. So I'm going to do a video showing how I put this on. That's right, Ryan. I'm wearing a lapel mic. I'm not shirtless this time. I usually do it shirtless, nipples out, pause on all that stuff, but I'm not. No. We're wearing shirts this time. We'll come in shirts. So you pop off the thing with the tool around here, and then you pop off the rear one back here, and then you put on these things. So if you could see, it's basically, these things are Velcro pieces, and you put on this piece here, and it just replaces the old one that you take off. And they come with different gels. So this is the sweat and cool gel one. The back one has the cool gel. But one of the cool things that I do like is that this piece back here is wide for the back, the back part of your head, so you don't get that kind of this narrow piece digging into the back of your skull in order to keep this locked in for clarity. And then it kind of dips as you're doing it. So this piece actually holds it. And then this here, they give you a padded one, and they also give you this one so that you could use the headphones with it. But this also stops the PSVR from sliding down, because it's kind of suspended over your head like this. So I'm going to give it a shot. I used it for a few hours, and it was pretty damn comfortable. And you could really tighten the thing up. Like, you could really tighten this up, because this is doing the back of your head and not the lower part of your head. The other thing I recommend is that this could actually, and this thing pops in, like this thing pops in here, so that snaps in. But like this you could adjust this to kind of sit lower or higher, so that it could pivot up, because you want this to kind of pivot up. and this is the anti-sweat one. So this absorbs as a very cool gel. So so I'm gonna give it a shot. But it's $50 on Amazon. It's a little pricey for a mod, but it definitely gives you a lot more comfort. And this is soft, dude. This is like a t-shirt. It's super soft. It has a cooling gel. Now I have the lapel. Actually, I could walk away from my computer and still host the show. But where is my oh, here it is. So this is the box that comes into. This is the box here. And I'll show you. Just to kind of give you a little. Yeah. So it comes with these, and you just peel off. They just peel out, and you just stick them in with the Velcro. So this is the cooling gel one for the forward front one. Oh, that's the cooling gel one. This is the leather soft one. This is the cooling gel one. This is like neoprene cool leather one, the cool one. And then they give you pads for the back one, where they give you just a regular kind of leather pad, and then they give you kind of an anti-sweat one. I found that this combo is better here. And then it also gives you a top put over the top. Problem though is if you put this on over here, you can't because it's thick, you can't put the headphones over. It doesn't work that well if you want to use over the head headphones. But yeah, it's so far really comfortable, very cool. You almost feel like there's no pressure on your forehead, and then this makes sure that there's no pressure in the back of your head. Even though it's a very comfortable headset without the mod, this mod makes it super comfy and very light, and it keeps that sweet spot in lock. So that's the thing. So that's where, you know, it is a little expensive, so I'm going to see how it goes. I'll do a video showing you how you can replace these. I've done them on and off a couple of times. Put the stock ones back on. It's really, you know, if you look, if you take this off, you'll see it's this plastic piece right here where it just pops. I don't know if you can see it. See, it's like a Velcro piece. That plastic piece comes off, and you just put the stock plastic piece on. This one, this one right here. You just pop it off, and then you could replace these with the different ones that come with it. They're just Velcro, and they stay in place. But I heard great reviews about it, so I was like, let me give it a shot. And you know, hey, at the Gaming Grindhouse, we show you all the cool stuff. But Global Cluster, pause on the name. And yeah, definitely, yeah. And with the sales, man, if you got a new VR headset, it's a very comfortable headset. It just sits in front of your face. It doesn't put pressure on your face. But yeah, for some long sessions, if you want to do some exercise with it, to lock in that spot, you can get some pressure from the back of your head just by having this narrow one and then some tension on the forehead. But I'll do a video of how you put it on and off. But I just wanted to show everybody that was what I got for the VR2, and it's definitely a really cool mod that I'm finding it's very comfortable with it. So let me see what the chats are saying. There we go. It keeps you in VR longer from what I'm seeing, Josh. That's what I'm seeing with that there. So yep, I just wanted to show that. And then basically, yeah, it's on Amazon, so I'll do a video for that to show you how it's doing. But yeah, the PSVR2 is flying, you know, for $350, man. It is definitely a great experience. And now that Sony is giving games in the subscription, that's more games for you. The Ghostbusters game is pretty cool. I don't know if they're washable or not. Let me see in the instructions. Let me see. I don't know if they are. They may be. You could peel them right off. You could adjust this, and you could adjust the rear part so that it sits lower on the head, not high up. Because remember, the PlayStation VR is not like the Oculus. It's not a straight-on view. The headset kind of sits at an angle where the screen sits in front of you. I don't know if they're washable. I'm going to check on Amazon. It doesn't say anything about washing. Oh, wait, here, let's see. Nah, it doesn't say anything about that. I don't know. Walkabout Mini Golf is the golf. Mini Golf? Yeah, that is awesome. But yeah, and it comes with a whole bunch of cool things. And Crossfire, yo, I was playing Crossfire, Drap. Yo, Crossfire is pretty awesome. Smilegate gave quality over to it gave quality over to PlayStation. They gave the trash over to Xbox, the Smilegate on that thing. I'll tell you that right now. My goodness gracious. My goodness gracious. Yeah, you always want to sit on the low VOD head. That's right. That's right. What's up, Cosmic Hero with the 20? Yo, thank you so much, man. Yep. We're dealing with authentic Grindhouse mic right now. We are with Gorilla mic. I got my friggin' my lapel mic going on here because my other mic is shot.
You're my number one customer.
Talk about Amazon shopping. I'm gonna have to buy a whole new microphone monocast and stuff because this one is done. Unless I figure out what's going on, I try to reboot it, but the show must go on. Yes, hooked. We gotta play that. We'll have to play that. Definitely. He goes, Cosmic Hero goes, what's good, Jez? How about Xbox got GTA 6 marketing rights? Cosmic, what are you talking about? I thought there was going to be a huge drop in Game Pass in July. Rumors had it there was something that was going to knock everybody's socks off for July. Well, July passed already, and nothing happened for Game Pass. True Virgil, get on that. Get on that, True Virgil. What's going on? What happened? I heard there would be something crazy for Game Pass in July. Rumors abound. But he says, crap is hilarious. And the salt about Sony merging Bungie is hilarious. Enough salt to put in a room full of popcorn. The Bungie did it to themselves. Amen to that, Cosmic Hero. That amen to that. We got some topic there. But we got True Virgil got some homework to do.
Game over.
There we go. I still got my soundboard working on there. My digital soundboard. The OG Grinds board is done. This is like early Cosmic Heroes, like early days of the Grindhouse when I was just like, I was using like a trash ass mic. That's what this is. We're going back. So, hey, talking about some great games and quality. So, there you go. So, as per rumors abound, shout out to Zuby Tech, coming in here, and a lot of people scoping at some Santa Monica postings. We got some news here. And I think we kind of knew this already. I think Corey Backlog even said it during his thing, right? No, I don't know, Ron. I don't know if that's what that was the big surprise. That was the big surprise that they increased the price. Oh, damn. Corey Baller. So speculating, Sony Monica. So this is Zubitech speculating. So this is what happened. So according to a posting, a senior animator over at Santa Monica job listing, Santa Monica Studios is seeking an animator to partner with the external development group for the development of a new unannounced title. The ideal candidate has experience and knowledge in animation, a strong understanding of game animation and pipelines, and leads to successful to ship a AAA game. No more quadruple A's, I see. Oh, that's only the initiative. They do quadruple. Be able to communicate to external teams in a professional way, blah, 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 blah. So, working with their teams. We know that Corey Balrog is working on a new IP. We know that. Zuby is speculating here that God of War Ragnarok sequel to AAA. They're working on a sequel. Corey Balrog's new IP. I think we're waiting for Corey Balrog new IP. That's what we're waiting for. Because he actually said that when they were revealing God of War, right? When they were revealing God of War, he goes, oh yeah, I'm working on something else, not ready to talk about it. XDev Game, you seen the external teams? It could be that, or it could be other teams, other developers. It could be, I don't know. Maybe I don't know if they count Nixus as an external, like another team. I don't know if external means external outside the company or external outside Santa Monica. I don't know what they're referring to there. But hey, we know this is coming. That's why we're so eager to find out. But apparently, it's going to be a new single player, a new IP coming from Corey Balrog. We knew about this. Now we got some more job postings about it. A senior animator that needs to be checked on it. Dude, large new scale project, an ambitious vision, craft unique visuals, and define our industry. Those are the kind of the key things they're looking for in this job posting there. So I say get to it. Show us a goddamn showcase and get us ready to rock. Because I want to see what's going on. I want to see what they're cooking. We did get a sneak peek as to what they're cooking for the Last of Us TV show, though. We did see that. HBO hyping up that new Last of Us TV show, and there's actually was a little sneak peek of a very small picture of who we could see as Abby here by Catherine Dyer. What's her name? Whoops. By Caitlin Denver. We got it right here. So they showed a season 2 clip. And there you go. This looks like a picture of Abby in the beginning. Season 2, dude, I'm hyped. I'm hyped, but it was a cool video, man. They showed even the dancing place where they were dancing in you know, with the lights and stuff. That big scene that they had from there. They showed some scenes from there, and it's an interview with Joel, and Joel's basically, he says, "What did you do?" And he goes, "I saved her," with a tear, dude. It was the wildest thing. Like a tear dropped from his eye. It's like, I saved her. So I'm still loving my whole thing that their season 2 coming out next year. I think their season 2 is going to be just Joel and her, and it's going to lead up to the introduction of Abby. I think they're going to milk. I think they're going to show a lot of them just kind of like having bickering back and forth. They kind of build on that relationship where they kind of don't like each other because she found out about that, and they're kind of doing it in a timely way of what he did and how she's angry at him. And then at the end, season finale, he gets it. That's what I think. I know a lot of people don't think that. They think they're going to start the season off with him dying. I don't think so. Boys, sorry for spoilers if you didn't see that, but we will see. Scott plays Abby. We will see how they do. But man, I'm hyped for it. They did such a great job with the first show, with season 1. It was really good, and very interested. Yeah, see, Josh agrees, but yeah, some people don't agree, Josh. I think people think they want that immediate, they want to follow the game immediately. I don't think they're going to. It's going to be full of backstory, right, Demase? I think they are. I think it's going to be a full backstory. I really think it's going to be a lot of kind of like him revealing what happened, and they're probably going to not play it the same sequence as the game, and basically go back to the flashbacks and when he tells her, things like that. Because that is a season-ending event for people. Because you got to think, people that haven't watched it before, that will be a huge, that'll be a huge thing. If people don't know the game and they get tied into the character and they see at the end of the season, after kind of like that happens to Joel, dude, that is a season finale right there. I was like, oh my god, like what? And then I'm going to start tuned to what happens in season 3. Oh, she's going to get back at her. And then season 3 is the whole her getting back at her, and you find out Abby's story and who Abby was and what the whole situation is. Because that's what I think. But we'll find out what they do. You know, we'll find out. But I do think it's going to be backstory. Because remember, they introduced a character who was with the rebels, all those people in the city and stuff like that. That was a whole new character that they introduced with a whole new storyline. So who knows what they're going to do. But where's the games? That's what we need. Where's the games? I want to see what Naughty Dog's working on. So let's do that next, right? What's going on there? And then, you know, to wrap up what we covered last week with the Bungie stuff, the Bungie Bombshell. Over 200 people, you hit that like button. Sorry, we're using the grunge mic here, but my whole mic setup is destroyed. It did not work, and I was trying to fix it. I found out right before the show, but the show must go on. So hit that like button. Bear with me with my lapel microphone. And but all the sounds and everything should be still working because I'm not messing with that, and I should be fixed soon once I figure out what's going on with this thing. So hit that like button, everybody. The show must go on. But hey, that's just my idea of it. Definitely moving on to season 3. I could just see that's the kind of flow, given how they had a lot of background. That's right, Josh. Hit all the buttons. I'm gonna hit all the buttons too.
Now, whatever your name is, get ready for the big surprise.
And now this one's going to lead into our next story.
You hear me, right? Con men, thieves, degenerates, lowlifes, thugs, criminals.
So the thing came up, you know, so some follow-up to the Bungie fiasco. There was an interview done by, if I have it here, Steven Totillo interviewed some people. And basically he was saying here that some follow-up. Bungie misled Sony about its financial positioning ahead of acquisition report. So, apparently, a damning new report claims that Bungie misled Sony about its financial position ahead of the acquisition by PlayStation. The studio management has come under scrutiny following a second round of mass layoffs, and they haven't been hitting their targets. And soundboard works. Thank you, Cosmic Hero. I was wondering. Make sure it worked. The studio manager has come under scrutiny following a second round of manager layoffs. Sony spent $3.6 million acquiring Bungie. Was it worth it? The report comes from Steven Totillo, who spoke to former Bungie employees. Now remember, hostile, you know, we'll see. Former Bungie employees to the bottom line of things, and at least one of them addressed that many of the analysts and gaming community have been left puzzled by Sony spending $3.6 billion to acquire the studio. The employee reckons that Sony overpaid for Bungie after the studio misled PlayStation Maker by selling things that were just not able to deliver. While Destiny 2, the final shape, has been widely praised, Till has been told that the latest cuts were planned long before the expansion released. This guy, man. Dude, this friggin' guy. Bungie. What's more interesting is that it seems Bungie was a bit desperate to strike a deal with Sony. One of Titill's sources said that if Bungie hadn't been acquired, it may have gone bankrupt. The alternate history is insolvency, he said. Dude. And I mentioned this on the show when we was covering this last week, how, Bungie wasn't in the best state when they were acquired. Like, they were struggling. And, like I said before, like in the second round of layoffs, Sony was able to salvage about 200 or so people, where this would have been, just like what Jason Schreier said, this would have been much higher. Maybe 600 people, 500 people being let go, 400 to 500. And if they were gone, then there was nobody there. And Sony was able to kind of take some of them and integrate them into SIE, and then also take another group of teams, I think 50 to 72 people, to make a project that was probably not going to see the light of day, to something they had going. So they got a game out of it as well, and said, you guys work on Marathon and whatever Destiny thing you're working on. And I just think, for me, hearing the whole thing, dude, I think this is just going to keep going down. That's what I think. I think Bungie's going to drive this right into the ground, and Sony and Herman Hulst is just going to come in there, and Herman Hulst is going to walk into Bungie and do what he did to all the Xbox studios when he came in with the frosted glass. There he is. I think Herman's just going to do this. He's going to go into Bungie and just go like this. Yeah! And take out all the executives. I'm the boss now, bitch. I'm the boss. Oh my God, Brian, really? Oh my goodness, I tell you, what a craziness disaster. Why? Oh goodness gracious. Bungie went from 1,400 to 850. But yeah, Herman's gonna be doing that. He's gonna be doing some drop kicks over there. And I think they're just gonna drive it into the ground. And then Sony's gonna be there to pick up whatever talent they would like to have. And I think that's where it's going to happen. I think they're just going to drive this into the ground. Like I said before, I don't think that, Bungie doesn't really have a lot of stuff in the pipeline, unless Marathon blows up and like gets Bungie back into the swing of things. But I don't know. That's right, RPG. That's right. I don't know. I don't know if that's what's going to happen. I don't know if he's going to go in there and make Bungie better with Marathon. Who knows? And Bungie and Sony's going to keep just taking the talent for themselves, or Sony's going to come over there and start dictating things because they're not hitting their budgets. And we went through the article already about it, but this is pretty interesting. And again, it's a disgruntled employee, a person that just said, that they were overselling things. Like, his claim is that things that they were just not able to deliver, they kind of overpromised and underdelivered. Who's that?
Stop it!
Yeah, I know, Phil. I know. But who does that all the time? Overpromise and underdeliver. Yeah. So they just weren't able to deliver. And he said that, and I think we could all agree that if Bungie was looking for that out, and I said, this is the consolidation thing. And this is going to be kind of the motif of this show, is the whole thing of this consolidation is just, it's not good. Like, it's not good. Like, this Bungie thing, this hasn't benefited anybody. Like, I don't know. Maybe if that game turns out to be good that they have, but it's just the industry. I think the bubble popped. I think the industry felt that they were immune during the pandemic. They kind of grew unnecessarily, thinking that how long this was going to go. It went much longer than people anticipated, and then now everybody's getting back into the swing of things in the last couple of years, and now all that stuff that they built for is just not coming to fruition, and a lot of these studios and a lot of these projects are just left with their hands in their pockets. And I think that's where we're seeing the fallout of this over hiring, and you know, they were, remember everybody, like the gaming industry bloomed during this time. People were not allowed to go anywhere. People were playing games. People became gamers that never even touched a game before because there was nothing to do. I had people who were playing Jackbox games and Zoom calls and all this other stuff. Like, people were playing games just to buy time. The gaming industry was immune to this, and now with this consolidation happened after it because a lot of studios and stuff misjudged. I guess, I don't know, but I'm sick of this consolidation shit. I think it's done. Like, I don't like one company owning a lot of stuff because I feel like we get less stuff. And the delay of Avowed, which we'll get into as the main topic, is a big example of what happens when somebody just owns so much. They got to spread it out. Spread it out.
Helmet, what's going on? Sanders, what's going on? It's Mega Maid. She's gone from suck to blow. What? They're getting all their air back. Do something. Do something. Do something.
Do something. And Bungie wasn't in the best states. They drove Destiny. And again, I'm not a huge Destiny player. I played a lot of it. I beat Destiny 2. A raid was one of the best multiplayer gaming experiences, I would have to say. You know, I did one raid. It was friggin' incredible. It was like a really memorable multiplayer moment. But otherwise, all these expansions, all this stuff, I played a lot. Like, Frogs and I jumped on when these expansions came out. I just can't get into the grind of it. I want progress. I want loot drops like Borderlands, like cool, crazy guns and stuff. Like, I just don't like the gunplay and graphics. Like, it looks great. The gunplay is incredible, but I just cannot just keep doing and fighting just the same crap like over and over again. The grind. I just can't get into the grind. I feel like I have no time, even though it's the Grindhouse. I don't like a grind. Just a grind for what? You know, I just can't get into that. Like, after I experienced some of the stuff, and I kind of got screwed with Destiny 2, where I got all the DLC. I was all there. I was like, oh, Mars is coming. I jumped into Mars, and then after I did the first mission on Mars, I fought the person. They tell me to go back to the Earth and do a new area opened up on Earth. I'm like, no, I want to fight on Mars. It's like, oh, no, you did enough on Mars. Now you got to go open the key on the EDS or EDC, whatever the hell it is. I'm like, I don't want to go back there. I've been on Earth grinding for since waiting for Mars. Oh, you opened up, the opening to Mars is done. Go back to Earth. And now you're going back to all the old planets to do bullshit to open up a forward progressing thing on Mars. Like, I'm like, I want to fight on Mars. This is the new planet. Like, let's all like, a whole bunch of new stuff. Let's fight on the new planet. Nope, same old stuff. Same enemies, everything on Mars. And I just couldn't do it. I skipped first Destiny. I played a little bit of the first Destiny. I could not play it. So, and Destiny 2 I got into more. But I just couldn't, and then I couldn't keep track of all that stuff, dude. I couldn't keep track of all these expansions. The witch hunt, and what. I was just like, I don't know. Gameplay's great, looks great, fun with friends. But after a while, like, no upgrades for your jet rider. You can't even fight on that thing. Like, I thought that was like, you just jump on. Like, there's a lot of problems with Destiny. I really was not. I just could not get into the grind of it. I'll play it, shoot a bunch of things, be excited for a little bit, and then that's about it. I'm done. I cannot be like, let's do it again. Let's do it again. Couldn't. So, and then when nobody's on, good luck entertaining yourself with Destiny. And this is just me. I just, like, you know, when nobody's on and you go on Destiny 2 and you're just shooting the same goddamn enemies and you're just doing fetch quests and this and then engrams, and then you got to go back to the base and then you got to go trade them in and then find out what it is, and then it's this thing, and then anyway, I get a headache thinking about it. Ugh. Too much grinding stuff. Not for me. Not for me. Not for me. But that was my feeling on Destiny. But again, it wasn't, you know, they were pissing off the diehards of Destiny, and then they got into some issues. So, you know, Sony kind of bailed them out, and they said, hey, dude, we want to stay independent. And Sony's like, "Go ahead. As long as you can make your money, we'll be back off." And he's not making his money, and he's laying off people left and right to try to save his face. He's the one that needs to go, and he's gonna drive it right into the ground. The president over there. Exactly, Nick. And then you have the dailies, the weeklies, the asslies, all the trashlies. The hell out of here all that time. You could tell. Not a fan of that shit. A fan. All that trash. Yep, this new IP, we got through that. Yeah, I think the executives need to go. Like, I think, dude, I think that guy needs... he's going to drive it into the ground. He has to just walk away and let Sony take over. But he needs to walk away from it. But he's not going to. He tried to lay off people at the end of last year to get rid of them. That sucks. Sucks. And then there was something I was trying to find here. Yeah, my whole thing got kabooey. Let me go to history. Yeah, hit those like buttons. We're gonna go into the Phantom. What? Yo. I woke up to this news, man. I woke up to this clownery with this Phantom Blade Zero from yesterday and the thing today. My goodness. My goodness. Listen. This Phantom Blade Zero stuff. So, the initial report is that when asked for with Phantom Blade Zeros here, where are we gonna get into this thing? Hold on, I gotta find it. Oh my god, I'm all discombobulated. There's all my technical issues. I'm trying to hold it together here, grinders. Yo, Baldante! Hey, thank you so much, man. Oh, 20 bomb! Yo, thank you so much, man. I gotta hit the... Where's my sirens? Where's my sirens? Nope, not that one. Dude, that was wild. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. There it is. Nope, that's not it. Sirens! There we go. Thank you so much, man. We got the sirens with a bomb drop. 20 VIPs in the house. With a bomb drop. Boom. Oh, that works. That works. Yo, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Man, Sentient. Yo, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. We're on our way to 3,000 subscribers. And let me tell you, if you're new here, this is not my normal microphone. My whole microphone shot is dead. I am using this Grindhouse microphone, the grunge microphone. Yo, what's up, Sick? How you doing, man? Nothing works. I can't even use Discord. Nothing works. It's craziness. I appreciate it, dude. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. This is old school. That's right. Cosmic knows the classics. They still work. Something's working. I don't know what the hell I was looking up now. I was looking up, the Phantom, Phantom Blade Zero. So this is the initial report, right? Somebody at China Joy got an interview. Nope, not that one. Somebody at China Joy got an interview with the Phantom. Yo, this thing's wild. We got all these VIPs coming on in. Hit that like button. Use the new emojis. We're on a... Yo, with that, I think we might be getting that new emoji. I think we're over just about 200. We might be able to get a new emoji. But keep going with those, because I think we're right at the cusp of getting that. Baldante, baby. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Get the bombs. What's up, Dog Zone? That's my mic. No, this is not bootleg audio. I bring quality audio. What are you talking about? Yeah, boy, this is not no bootleg audio. There you go. Nobody needs this platform. Oh, man, dude. Yo, nobody needs this platform. Who this? Oh, dude, I'm tripping. That's hilarious, dude. That's exactly what we're talking about. So we have the original source right here. Nobody needs this platform. That's it. Fahim said. So recently, we noticed that some meows had claimed that the interview of an unnamed developer seems to have made some statements regarding the release of platforms. So we know about Phantom Blade Zero, a China Joy project that's probably slated, I think, for end of next year, 2026. But what we know now is the one thing is that it is going to get the Xbox.
Skip. Go for son. Skip. Okay. Skip. Yeah. But skip. Where you go? Skip. We skip. Simple as that. Skip.
The skip. So they're gonna get the skip over there at there. So apparently, during this interview, there was a statement made. Let's see if I can find the statement. But basically, the statement was, Xbox, nobody needs that platform. That's what they said. They said, nobody needs the platform. I was told it was about the MT framework. That's what I heard. I heard it was just a little MT framework tweaks. That's the reason why everybody was getting that Xbox.
Skip. Go for son. Skip. Okay.
That's what I thought. I thought it was MT framework.
Simple as that.
Skip. That's what I thought was going on. So basically, here's the article here. Dude, this is wild. So this was the news yesterday. Over the weekend. Phantom Blade Zero dev says nobody needs Xbox. We're not going to listen to the update. Let's see the original. What are all these friggin' ads? Holy crap. Per the post of the Brazilian outlet, when the S game developer was questioned on why there was what was the platform distribution, part of their response was scolding and quote, nobody needs this platform. The anonymous developer was talking about Xbox. Reportedly, they went on to say that the console platform isn't popular in Asia, which is true, and that Microsoft has made it tough to develop games for the Series X and S by creating a very overloaded ecosystem. Black Myth Wukong is being released on August 20th on PS5 and PC. Notice who's not there for BlackCon. Xbox again.
Skip. Go for son. Skip. Okay. Skip. Yeah. But skip. Where you go? Skip. We skip. Simple as that.
Skip. But it's just MT framework, everybody. Per the blog, it's just MT framework. Just the MT framework. Nothing to see here. So everybody's Xbox panties were in a tussle. That's right. Kazuhiro with the fight. He said Xbox can thank Farmer Phil and his Dusty Potato Series S for getting
customer.
Skip. Cue the no cap song. Nobody wants an Xbox. That's right, Sick. Put it on repeat. That's all I knew. When he said nobody wants the platform, I thought about Sick. I was like, yo, Sick called it in the song. There we go. So again, Wukong not going to Xbox. There's more games that just don't go to Xbox. And then everybody's like, oh, that's so mean. Negative news. This is horrible. Bad news. Bad news. And then they came out. Oh, I got that. And then they came out and then they said this today. Where's my bookmarks? And then they said this today. And so let's read this. So we saw what supposedly some devs said. The devs said, a representative there. And now the official channel, Phantom Blade Zero, says recently we've noticed some media outlets have claimed they interviewed an unnamed developer from S-Game at China Joy, who seems to have made some statements regarding the release of platforms and strategy for Phantom Blade Zero. We want to clarify that the claimed statements do not represent the values or culture, as we believe in making our game accessible to everyone and have not ruled out any platforms for Phantom Blade Zero. We are hard at work on both the development and publishing fronts to ensure as many players as possible can enjoy our game release and in the future. So, he's not denying that nobody wants an Xbox. But this is listen, hey, if you want to celebrate this as Xbox going, oh, look, it's just ponies, and listen, then I say, is it announced for Xbox, Phantom Blade Zero? The guy says right here, we want to ensure as many people as possible could play. So then I still ask the question, why is it not coming on Xbox? Just doesn't answer the question. Do you have an Xbox One game in development and just are not announcing it yet? Because the end is still true, regardless if nobody wants the platform, it's not there, and you want more people to play. Well, then why is it not coming to Xbox? And while we're at it, ask Wukong, Wulong, where's that? See, the thing is that regardless of the stupid L's and W's and devs saying this stuff, the facts are there's no Xbox version announced. And it's still another Xbox. This is just damage control. This is just not, they don't want to insult anybody, leaving their options open, but this doesn't rectify the issue. It's not like, oh no, guys, he was lying. We have an Xbox version. Here it is. It's going to be coming side by side, the PC and PlayStation version. No, they didn't say that. No, they didn't say that. They didn't clarify what platforms it's coming to. They didn't say that. They just said, no, we're working on the PC and PlayStation version, but we're not cutting out anybody. So Xbox still not getting that game. Unless they announced it and somebody missed it, they didn't. So this is just a PR play. Whether somebody said that, dude, think about it. If that's what somebody had said, nobody needs this platform. Let's look at the facts. Let's look at the facts. We had the Xbox marketing person in Europe saying that they don't have the budget like Sony does to market their stuff there. We have seen videos of people outside of the United States showing how Xbox consoles and the departments are empty. They have like a little corner of somewhere, and even that is not populated. The marketing guy can't get enough money there. There was rumors that they're pulling them off of shelves and going to bet more on cloud overseas. Look at the push that Sony is making with games that we just played already, such as Stellar Blade. Where was Phil in his global travels in trying to get that game on his platform? Where was he? Where was that dirty ass booty?
Great ass!
Where was he? On trying to get those games on an Xbox. Games that were Sony went out there and curated and found and said, I would like to bring that to PlayStation. Phil travels the world. Oh boy, Mickey Mouse himself. But where is it? No marketing for the people in Europe. Why? Europe is huge, right? You're going to Gamescom with a huge-ass booth. How the hell does the marketing guy at Xbox say he has no money? You're going over there with a big-ass booth. Yeah, to play a bunch of DLC for games that are already out there, but it's in the booth. And on top of that, you got 3 trailers for the games that people will probably want to try out. And you're just showing trailers of them. Good job. But think about it. Outside of the United States, what is the presence of Xbox? Phil created the cloud as a way to penetrate the market outside of the United States. Because they won't buy the console. So when you look at devs, and another fact, marketing last year with Starfield, Samsung TV, no console required. We just got over last month. Amazon Fire Stick, no console required. So when somebody goes, nobody needs this platform is irrelevant, look at the sales of it. Minus 46% year over year of a year that they were down already. That's just in the US, and that's supposedly their number one market. Well, no, that's overall, right? That's their global sales. Is that their global sales? That's global sales. Minus 43%. 40. Those are the facts. The console has fallen off. The marketing budget out there was complained about that their own marketing person. Videos show that Xbox is irrelevant overseas. Hell, the whole reason why cloud exists is to try to penetrate that market because they're not buying their console. Now read that again. As somebody from China Joy making a game, where are you putting your game? I've said this so many friggin' times before on this show. No console, no problem. That is a problem. That is a problem. You could wine and dine and tweak out these friggin' investors going, we have 500 monthly active users. But all you're doing is just converting people per your definition because you threw out $80 billion and now the people, that's not new people. That are the people that are still playing Candy Crush. You just changed their name and you said, oh, now they're one of us. One of us. One of us.
You're my number one customer.
That's all you did. You're not growing. Oh, we went from 50 million to 500 million. Yeah, because you spent $80 billion to get a piece of what everybody was playing, and now you say they're one of us, but you had to spend a shit ton of money to get them counted. It's not like you had a product at 50 million and then now it's selling at 100 million, 200 million, 300 million, and now you're growing that product, bringing in people who are attracted to that product. You're not. Nobody gives a shit about your product. So what you're doing is buying votes. You're spending money to count people into your ecosystem because you touched them. Pause. You could swindle the goddamn investors like that, but developers are still going to look and go, dude, you still have a low-ass count of consoles for me to develop for. Oh, shit. I don't know if it's going to work. We'll see. Let's see if I get J-Dub in here, dude. Let's see. J-Dub, I'm on Grindhouse radio microphone here. Let me try to get you in. Let's see. Let me change my audio settings here. Because I am my microphone went kablooey. Yo, let's see. Let me see. Can you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear, brother.
Holy crap. Yo, what's up, man? Can you hear J-Dub? Let me see. Go ahead and say something, J-Dub. Say what's up.
Testing. Can you guys hear me?
They should be able to. Yep, I think they could, dude. All right, yo, I am on like guerrilla tactics here with my friggin' microphone. I have a lapel microphone. I don't know what the battery life is like on this thing, but nice. Dude, and trying to get through the news. But yeah, my whole monocaster went to kablooey. It got me sounding like I'm sucking helium down.
Oh man, it sounds good on Discord, so you good.
All right, good man. Yeah, it's not
I've been watching for a while.
All right, yo, no problem, man. Yeah, so yeah, like the thing is what I was talking about is like the facts, dude. Like, okay, fine, whoever said this, but the thing is that it doesn't mean that the statement's not true, and it's not making the Xbox version.
It's not
right?
disputing the state. It's not disputing the statement.
No,
that's what it is. They didn't come out and feverishly deny that it happened. And let's face it, let's say this incident didn't happen. There's plenty of more incidents out there of developers having issues with the hardware or just skipping the platform completely.
Yep. Yeah.
So, I mean, if developers are shunning your platform and even your first party is delaying games and having issues with games running on your platform, can you keep pointing fingers at everybody else? I mean, are you
Mhm.
just going to keep blaming developers? Oh, it's the developers, and they're too lazy, and they don't. It's the MT. It's the MT.
And it was just
What
the
do they
MT
call it?
framework.
Yeah,
It was just an
it's the
MT
MT
framework.
framework.
Dude, that solves
Yeah, one
Capcom.
developer. Yeah, one developer came out. I still got a bookmark. I need to find it, but he said yeah, this game doesn't run off of MT framework. So what's the excuse now? Like, these
This
guys are always looking for an excuse, Jez. I
I
just don't
know.
understand it.
And they think
Why
like
always the excuses?
I don't understand it because like when you look at this, it's like if you just look at the facts, like this is not. They're like, oh, W wouldn't these devs are ponies and all. Like, dude, the thing is like you look. I said the Xbox guy, the marketing guy, says we don't have a budget in Europe, like to compose our competition to compete. Like, dude, like what do you like? Phil outside of his market is doing horrible.
Yeah. Well, wait. Didn't Microsoft recently come out and they pulled the funding to Xbox and stuff over in Europe?
Well, that's what the
That happened
Europeans.
like
Yeah, that
yeah.
European marketing guy said we don't get the budget that the competitors
That
get to
Sony,
market that Sony has.
yeah.
Yeah,
So why are Xbox fanboys blaming everybody else except Microsoft themselves?
that's
I
always
just
been the
don't
problem,
understand it.
dude. It's always been the problem. Like they will not blame the Savior Almighty Phil Spencer for the disaster that they got right now. Because and the fact is that they are advertising no console, no problem. Listen, and like I said, they could manipulate the numbers all they want, and investors who don't give a shit right now, but maybe they do in the future because of all the money spent. But the thing is that developers are not going to buy into this shit. They're going to look at the Xbox and go, hey, you have a very low install base. I'm not prioritizing that anymore. And this goes
Yeah.
way back into the 360. If you remember back at Peter Moore, 10 million to the first to 10 million wins. And you want to know why?
Wins. Yep.
Why?
Yep.
Because that means it's the lead platform for development that developers will use. That was a whole benefit that 360 had. The PS3, in addition for it to being complicated to develop for, 360 already had the groundwork laid down for developers.
Yep.
So their system was optimized. And that's why you find out the power of the X and Xbox games getting skipped and all this other stuff is because they're not the priority because they are not the large install base. Switch and PlayStation are. So I don't know whose benefit that is. Like, it is what it is.
It's common sense, but you have a certain install base out there that refuses to understand common sense things. They think that, well, if I make it up in my head that developers will just keep, I just don't understand. I don't understand.
And there's no explanation for it. Like, they're just gonna keep writing it. Like, and that's all it's left anyway. Right now, all it's left is people with the huge libraries, and they love Phil, and they like it for other things or for the memories and things like that. But I just can't believe what they have done to the Xbox business. They can't even define what it is anymore. The executives themselves, like, it's just like Phil just goes out there and says choice and then runs away, and it's just sort of like, dude, you're showing no direction. Like, you're all over the friggin' place. Another thing I don't even have on the topic list was Sarah Bond said back in that sad show where she said about the layoffs back in February that they were going to have a Xbox mobile app store in July.
Yeah.
We're in August.
Yeah.
Where is it? Why would you even put... And this is what I mean, is when you set expectations, regardless of how interested people are, but when you say, we're going to do something, and then you don't do it, then nobody's going to listen to you when you say this. The boy who cried wolf. Like, you're not delivering on the expectations that you're setting. And that's going to go into Avowed on the next thing. Like, you set these expectations, and you're not meeting them. You went on that thing and cried and said, "Oh, well, I'm sorry," and she got reamed out, poor Sarah Bond, on that thing. And I don't know why she was even out there, but she was out there. She got excited about that mobile store, which would be a web-based version. Nope. And then you see what they said about it? They said, they said that, "Oh, we'll get back to you on everything," because I think Tom Warren or somebody asked about it, and they just said, "Yeah, we'll get back to you on that." But it's just an example of them just going out there, saying they're going to do something, and then just not doing it.
I
Probably
mean,
be trash
Phil's
anyway.
already said it though. Phil doesn't care. He said they'll evangelize it. No matter what he
Yeah.
puts out, they'll evangelize it.
Yeah.
So
they'll
when
evangelize it.
you think of your base like that, and you think of your fans like that, you don't have pressure. You can just do whatever you want. You can give whatever you want. It is what it is.
Yep. Yeah, and then
It's really a weird thing.
dude, it is. I don't know. I don't get it, dude. And then here it is. Tom Warren said Microsoft tells him that the testing has begun on the Xbox browser-based mobile store. It was supposed to launch in July, and they said, quote, "Our work is progressing well, and we'll have more info to share in the future." I think it was supposed to come out in July, this Xbox mobile store. This big thing that they said they were going to have, and this was a way to bypass the Amazon, the Apple Store and this stuff. Like a whole big thing she went on about it and on that interview. We'll share more in the future. Dude, this is just an example of them just filling in stuff. Just like Sarah was talking about the hardware and this hardware, and they're not ready to show anything. Well, what are you even talking about it?
Yeah.
We're listening. Let me get some of these super chats, and then we'll get into the next thing, dude. And I got a video clip for you, man. Oh my god, I got them lined up. That's why I had to do this show tonight. But it was just crazy. So, Kazakiro with the 10, he goes, "How long can Xbox keep this game up before the brand gets shut down? We think 2024 is bad. What is 2025? We're 3 years till 2027, Jado. When will it? Is it going to end? If not sooner, I don't know, Kazakiro. That is a good point. What is their 25? Their 25 is going to be everything delayed from 24. That's what we've been seeing.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have any if we've seen their MO, and we'll talk about the Avowed delayed, but we've seen their MO, their games delayed for this year just turn into their games for next year, and that's what it is. They don't it's just, and they're not polished anyway. But Anthony Perez with the 5, he goes, "Finally, developers are skipping the platform just like the customers." And dude, they know this. They went through this, and thank you, Anthony Perez. They went through this with the Xbox original. They weren't getting games day and date. Games came later to Xbox because they didn't have the install base. And the shit's the same thing now, except they're trying to manipulate people to think they're counting Billy Bobs and Janes and all this other stuff because they played Candy Crush, because now Microsoft owns Activision and they're adding them, but it's not fooling anybody.
Very clear what they're spreading.
They're not fooling anybody. And that's the problem. It's the developers come down and go, well, what's the install base at? They're not making Candy Crush. They're going to make a game for what the devices are. And on top of that, the devices power their cloud. So if they're skipping Xbox, no console, no problem. Well, guess what? No cloud, no game. It's the same thing. Because if they skip Xbox, the consoles run the cloud.
Yep. Exactly. Remember, the Xbox said that the reason why the Series there was no Series S's out in the wild was because they were using them for the
server blades.
The server blades and all kind of stuff.
And what's crazy is I bookmarked J-Dub's tweet here, and we're gonna have him walk through it. So J-Dub, here it is. J-Dub, J-Dub, I'm so glad you're on here, man. I got you. He goes, J-Dub says, "Me after hearing pro Xbox journalists finally say Xbox consoles are dead." J-Dub, did you fall out of your chair when you were making this tweet?
I'm always, man. You see the little picture at the end. That's just me hiding and looking at it.
He's just hiding over there. J-Dub's like, what? Dude.
Jazz, every week, for every month, for the last 5-6 years, we've been seeing the same stuff. And now that these guys have finally come to that conclusion, what the fuck were we saying back then?
Dude.
I mean, come on. They called us crazy. They called us fanboys and everything.
Fearmongering, negative. It's positivity. It's all about positivity. What was positive? They selling like shit. What do you mean positive?
Exactly. Yeah. It's crazy.
But Jada,
now they have a come to Jesus moment, right?
Yo, I'm gonna play these clips. So here we go. Here's Defining Duke. Let's hear them.
Amount. That this is on a complete nosedive, dude. I mean, I don't know how you could read these numbers and spin it into anything positive.
Mother always had a famous expression. When someone tells you who they are, believe them. They're telling us who they are.
We have to recognize, like, it's one thing for us, like, yes, we look at it, like, hardware's dying for them in real time. That's very clear. But they've also made it very clear, like, we do not care.
There's that one. And then we got this one, the Paris Lily one. He almost fell out of his yellow chair. I love if he pulled that yellow chair back out. I think he's trolling everybody.
This is just my opinion.
Watch Justin's face.
This is just my opinion, but
disgust.
Yo, I love that zoom in here. We're gonna get him. We're gonna get him right here. Let's hear this one. And Ryan McCaffrey. This is another zoinks. He did a zoinks in this one. Wait, let's go.
This is just my opinion, but when I look at Xbox hardware, I think this generation is pretty much a lost cause moving forward.
Give your meat a good old rub.
Hardware is just in the toilet. Basically, I don't think it really makes business sense for Microsoft to be investing in this next generation of hardware when you can't even sell your current console and you can't give people a reason to buy your current generation of console. Like, clearly, it's not happening for them, right?
Yeah, boy.
This is just my opinion, but when I look at Xbox hardware,
Dude, I saw the one with Ryan just like, well, what do you mean, Paris? What do you mean? He's like, is this zonks?
Yep.
Like, the thing is that, first, Jada, first it was like, exclusives don't matter. Sony is anti-consumer. Put your games everywhere. And then as soon as Phil went out there and dangled the $7 billion carrot and bought ZeniMax, all of a sudden, exclusives. Paris is like, you don't spend that money to make games everywhere. All of a sudden, exclusives. Everybody, their nipples got all hard and they were cutting glass with them. This is what happened. And then exclusives matter. Now the consoles don't matter. It's about the ecosystem. And now they're losing year over year after year. Like, I don't even think the numbers can get any friggin' lower. We're talking about almost 50% of a year that they lost the year before. And what's crazy, J-Dub, is that Amy in the Hood said next quarter they're going to be below. She has no fate. Dude, they have no fate for the three consoles. The Xbox stripper box with the stripper glitter from Aaron Greenberg's hotel room. Goddamn, they threw a bunch of stripper glitter on the goddamn box and said $600 for 2 terabytes. They got the stripper box going out there. They got a 2 terabyte diskless, the 1 terabyte diskless one. That they got all this bullshit out there. And Amy Hood is like, nah, we're gonna be down again.
Yep.
Insane.
When you're consistently down for 27 months in a row, that is crazy.
It's insane.
Like, that literally is crazy. But, you know,
what do? You announce more hardware? That's what they do. They throw more hardware. And you think a portable Xbox or a portable PC thing? The problem, Jada, we know the problem is. The problem is exactly what the issue that happened to Avowed. And before that, they cannot release quality games consistently. And I was thinking about this. If you think about it, how many games did they release that didn't have a Phil Spencer taking on the chin moment? And I'm talking going way back to friggin' Sea of Thieves, where they had no confidence in the game until after the beta and it was too late. They shot some guy out of a cannon at the baseball game for Sea of Thieves marketing. They were clueless of Sea of Thieves. They had a bunch of people screaming at a screen. Then Phil's favorite, Crackdown 3. They brought back Joseph Staten to fix the game. Every friggin' game. The only game that came out and was like, no problems was Horizon 4, even though the seasons was something different. Horizon 4 and Horizon 5, which, again, that got a little criticism in the sense that they really didn't do more of the game. They just changed the locale. But those games were games I could say that came out polished. Everything else, Forza, Halo, Starfield, Redfall, Crackdown 3, Sea of Thieves, Recore Remastered, all these things, every friggin' game that Microsoft released, delayed or not delayed, bleeding edge. We're going back, dude. Like, we're going, like, what? Hellblade 2. The anticipation that game was going to be bigger than the first. It was shorter than the first. And
you're my number one
came
customer.
and went like a fart in the wind.
Yep.
That's been their problem. Because they have not, and Paris did say it. He goes, they have not released software to earn a purchase of their platform. Because regardless, if they're buying Xboxes, if they're buying PCs, if they're subscribing to Game Pass, none of that has moved at all because of the lack of quality and consistent games from them.
Absolutely.
You can't keep doing that. It's insane. But yeah, they're coming back and talking about how console sales are done. So what's their solution? Now they're venting about it. Dude, it's too late. J-Dub, like, what are they going to do?
I'm going to tell you what you're going to hear now. Now you're going to hear consoles are dying. It's an old person's game. All the new kids are into cell phones and mobile and tablets and streaming. It's that they're going to throw the console guys to the wolves. They're just going to throw it away. And they're going to start focusing on everything else, which is crazy, right? We're only 3.5 years into this generation, and they've already given up on this generation when it comes to hardware. That means they know nobody wants an Xbox. There's nothing they can do to get people to buy an Xbox. Even after Microsoft spent $100 billion. After you spend $100 billion, you would think people, would want your stuff, but people still don't want it. COD is not going to make a bit of a difference. People who play COD will continue to play on PC or play on PlayStation as they always have. That's where a majority of the COD players are anyway. Xbox is just it's a brand, man. It needs to go ahead and pull the full-blown Sega.
But even
just go ahead and pull the Sega.
But J-Dub, the thing is that Sega actually had a nice pipeline of software.
Well, that's true.
With the Dreamcast, and even with Sonic, they had things that people wanted from Sega. Maybe not the hardware that they kind of kerfuffled, but Microsoft seems to have no issue releasing more and more hardware, thinking that they're going to force people or just spam them into choice and this whole choice. And it's like, dude, you're making it real easy not to pick you because you are not offering anything.
Shout out to Compost Smurf. He reminded me of something because do you remember in those leaks, right? The leaks that came from Phil's emails and all this stuff that was uploaded to the court. That was a debacle. Microsoft had deadlines. They had a deadline for 2030 and the fiscal year of 2027, which is
that chart. You mean that chart, right? That they had with the cloud.
They need to be at 60 million Game Pass subscribers by 2026 fiscal year. I mean, the 2027 fiscal year, which is 2026, and they gotta be at 2030. I got it somewhere on my phone. I'll find it.
I'm looking
for tomorrow, but by 2030, which is 2029 fiscal year, they gotta be at 100 million Game Pass subscribers. None of that. They said none of that fake stuff. There has to be new, tangible.
I got it.
People.
Yeah, I got it right here.
You got it?
Yeah, I think this is it. Yeah, the one with the blue and the green.
Yeah.
Yeah, the blue. Yeah, let me. I gotta see if I can get it on. Let's see here if I get it on the screen. Yeah. So yeah, path to leadership in gaming. That was their chart. And let's see if you can see it. I think they could see it. Yeah, because I think I got it there. So yeah, they had. They put the smart. I don't think you can see the years though. This is a low quality one. Let me see if I can find it. But the idea here is if you look, smart TV app, universal wireless controller. That's another thing that we're waiting for. That was part of the leak that they were supposed to do. Michael Meridian with the 2. You had to clarify. No, Jez. It's Amy the Executioner Hood. Oh, okay. Not Amy in the Hood. Yeah. It's Amy. Shout out to Craig. I know Craig calls it Amy in the Hood. I think it's hilarious. And mid-gen console.
There was that. The actual wording was in there,
It says mid-gen consoles, Gen 10. And then cloud first gamers, PC first gamers, console. And look at the growth that they thought with the console. Like, they thought it was going to grow up. Like, look at this growth. Like, they thought that everything was going to be growing up. And this console area is plummeting down. PC first gamers are kind of staying where they are. and cloud is kind of leveled off. They're not growing
at all.
No.
I don't know what made them think that Fire Sticks would change anything, because people got away from Fire Sticks because they bought smart TVs that comes with all the apps. So there was no sense of buying a dongle, which is really weird. They're offering any and everybody opportunity to,
There we go. I got the clear one.
You got the clear one? Okay.
Yeah, so like you're right. So up here, they wanted to hit over 100 million by fiscal year 30.
Yes.
So right now we're sitting around here.
And there was another deadline like at 2027, but it was fiscal year 2026. So
yeah,
they're pushing. Jez, that deadline is pushing pretty quickly, brother.
Dude, they are like they're right now. They did the smart TV app. We're sitting right here, fiscal 24, 25, halfway through here. They wanted to be
wait.
Right, we're over here. Right.
They're at 22 million consoles between 20 to 22.
Yeah, so they're down here, and then how many subscribers? Xbox Game Pass subscribers. Right now, they got 35 million.
was the last. 33 was the
so
last number they
they're
gave.
sitting around. Yeah, they're sitting around right. Yeah, let's just go right here. They're sitting around right at the green. They're not. Yeah.
Yeah,
look where they wanted to be around this time. And they didn't even come out that universal wireless controller that's supposedly going to have like some sort of almost like that hook up to your TV. I don't know what the hell that thing is.
Yeah.
But dude, they wanted to be close to 60 million or 55 million. They just said beginning of the year.
Jez, they're less than they're like half of their projections.
Yeah. Because they said
when you look at it, because this year is almost over. You might as well say 2025.
Well,
they're nowhere near 40 million. That's crazy.
And with Call of Duty is going to get them to 60 million? No way.
Yeah,
you think that?
Listen, even with like all of that shit added up, they're nowhere near where they needed to be. And their mid-gen refresh is a series.
Unless those things that are coming this year are the mid-gen refreshes. I don't even know. No, I guess I don't know.
No, because Phil said the Series X is a mid-gen refresh.
Then I don't know what the hell they got on this thing, but yeah.
But think about it. It's like, from what I understand, it's like only 10% of the install base own a Series X. Everybody else has a Series S, and that's why, ultimately that's why they can't remove the, what do you call it, the stipulation that you have to do for both consoles.
Oh yeah, the both of them. Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do. Like, I think that portable is gonna be like a Series something, and probably just add it. I don't know, dude.
I think it's a pipe. I think it's a pipe dream. I don't think there's a.
They're gonna dump out more hardware. That's all they're gonna do, because the game's not like. I always said this. After Avowed, like Fable, like these games. There's nothing after Starfield, and Call of Duty. Like, I honestly think they're gonna turn into what Activision is. They're gonna rely and just do exactly what they're doing this year, where they're just gonna throw everything at the end of the year, cruise the rest of the year with nothing, do little stuff here and there, and then have Call of Duty drop and kind of carry them for the remainder of the year. Like, Call of Duty numbers will make up for the rest of the year. I just don't know.
Yeah.
They're gonna turn it.
They're gonna say they're gonna overhype the Call of Duty. They're gonna say, "Oh, there was so many bullets shot. There were so many this and that." The same numbers that was done, right? They're gonna overhype the number, like the numbers increased or something. It's not. It's just, the people who are interested in COD, they will play COD. Nobody else who's not interested in COD will play COD, no matter if it's in Game Pass or not.
Yeah,
that's why it was a Hail Mary play, and I think they screwed it up, man.
Oh yeah, I think that this was a perfect opportunity for them to change course and be like, I think them putting Call of Duty in Game Pass is gonna be a big bet. They took they said, hey, go home. You've gambled enough. Like, you lost all the house's money, Phil. Like, he's like, no, I just can't. I just put the house up on sale. I'm putting this all on red and rolling the roulette wheel, and that's what this is. I think Call of Duty and Game Pass. Because it goes into, we're going to the Avowed, because of the backlog. Well, they knew when Call of Duty was coming out. How did you not? You said that Avowed in January was going to be coming out in fall 2024. So if that's what you saw, so you knew Call of Duty's around there. You said Indiana Jones had a year of 2024 on there. So you knew that these games weren't coming out in the first half of this year. So why did you wait until now after the showcase in June and then waited 2 months after that on a Friday and gave that wonky ass chart of like, hey, look, Avowed is delayed, everybody, to give you more room. And it's just like, that's so weird. Why would you announce, like, even the way they announced it, J-Dub? First off, I knew there was some skepticism in the sense where the three of them were going to be videos at Gamescom. They were going to be friggin' videos. They weren't going to be hands-on. Nobody's even played these friggin' games. Yeah. And then they decide and do this tweet on a Friday where they go, so many games coming. As such, we're moving Avowed to February 18th. We're moving. We didn't have an original date. To breathe. Yeah, to give players Backlog some breathing room. Meanwhile, the last game they released was friggin' Hellblade in May. And before that, it was Forza in December. Or November. What the hell they released Forza? Stay tuned for more games. But the weirdest thing is that what room? We got Indiana Jones with no release date. Shattered Space, no release date. Towerborn, no release date. You got 2024. You got World of Warcraft. It's who? DLC for World of Warcraft? Age of Mythology Retold, September 4th?
Everything on top is for PC. Let's face it.
Yeah, well, even though Age is coming to console, but still, it's like, it's a remake of a 2012 game.
Of a PC game. Of a PC game, yeah.
Aria History Untold, September 24th. Diablo DLC on October 8th. DLC. And then Call of Duty on October 25th. Goddamn Flight Simulator 2024. A update to a game that's playable right now. That's their November game.
And nothing else is available. Nothing else.
Yeah. How do you come out on a Friday and announce Avowed February 18th? Meanwhile, you got games slated for this year that still don't have release dates. That is the weirdest thing I've seen. So what are you going to do? Make people wait from now? You better have release dates for Indiana Jones and Starfield at the end of this month. But it's just so weird. Why would you get in front of this?
I would have thought that Towerborn would have been released this summer. Like, just get it out. Get these games out, man. They're going to be duds anyway. Just throw them shits out. It doesn't matter.
Party game was in May.
Yeah. They only released one game this year.
One game. So. They didn't release anything in the first half of these years. But I got a video for you. You know, I go get the tapes. Listen to this. Yo. This video right here. Phil Spencer. Last year, 2023. He just finished the showcase. You know he has a fresh dose of Phil Ness. Just like he had that Ryan Zoinks interview when he's like, I'm not going to do sleazy console things. And meanwhile, he increases the price on the console. This is him last year being hot shit. Because Phil has that, he gets a lot of ego after his showcase. Because I feel like that's his Super Bowl. And then he could go back into hiding again. But he does his kind of, his tour. This is him last year, hyping up the lineup that they had for this year. So I always love going back and listening to where we are now and how he was hyping up last year. So let's listen to Phil Ness.
Earn the trust.
And here he's talking about how they're going to earn the trust of the gamers. And I had it.
Announce a game that we feel.
There we go. Matt Booty, clapping those cheeks.
I did. There was one moment where it's like, clearly it's behind the back. They're running away from the big giant. I'm like, that.
Wait, we're not doing the.
Next year, we're here with this gameplay.
There we go. Let's hear him.
Right, so we would like to, when we get to the point when we announce a game, that we feel confident enough about the progress the team is making that we get into. If we show up here, that means next year we're here with this gameplay demo, and then we launch sometime that year. That'd be a great cadence to get into, right? I will say, because I've been thinking about this a lot, as I look ahead to 2024, everything that we're going to ship, I've seen builds of, like very recently, or played them, or, you know, I've said this before, there's so much stuff on Fable that I get with Alan, I'm like, why did you show this and this and this? I go, no, because there's a lot of cool stuff in that game, right, that I'm excited about. As I think ahead, even as we get into 2025, you know,
dude, he's talking about 2025, and he's like talking about when I look at the games for next year, I played them, I've seen builds of them, and then he's talking about Fable. 2025. But wait, this gets so good. Wait, oh man.
Just we've seen builds of games at the initiative. We've seen, I know just because they're there in Seattle, what's going on with State of Decay 3. Like we've
State of Decay 3.
So as I look ahead to the next 18 months in terms of what we're going to be able to show and deliver and do that kind of gameplay,
do this game next
that
year.
thing.
Yeah.
I'm cautiously confident. Right?
Cautiously
The teams are hard at
confident.
work, and they get that that's kind of the bar now, which is look, let's show it. Let's come show up with gameplay, and let's do a deeper dive when we show up.
When it comes to this
What about releasing it? And now comes the humdingers.
year, Starfield is the big thing. Today we confirmed it's 4K 30 on console. Do you guys feel like gamers got used to 60 frames per second, and that's going to be a hard bargain to make with them, or do you guys feel confident that they're going to get it when they're playing it?
I've been playing Starfield since November.
We got to skip just a little bit. Just a little bit.
There's render time per frame.
Wait, no, I'm not talking about Starfield. Hold on.
Yeah, and I think I trust what
There we go.
BGS the decision.
When he
they
talks
make,
about
and I
getting
trust what I'm
gamers
playing.
trust.
And we handed the controller on a console to
There we
people
go.
here, and had them play. Done the same thing with Forza, and I
Forza.
don't ever
Oh,
want
shit.
us to turn playing games into a math exercise.
Yeah.
That as players we say, hey, if the song doesn't have this number of tracks or the game, and I'm not saying that 60 or resolution don't impact what you play, but I don't think we want that to turn into an Excel thing.
Right.
I think you want to give the creatives the tools to make the best decisions, and the game will be what it is. I think Starfield's going to be a great game, and I love the reception today, and I don't want to kind of force specs on every game before they start.
Kind of diverting back to the question before this, you talked about showing the games that you're planning to
There we
have
go.
out.
Trust.
Does the absence of a game in this showcase mean that it's not in your timeline for the foreseeable future? Something like Perfect Dark, we haven't seen for a while. Does that mean that it's not factored into the upcoming the year, or is it something that you're like, oh, we just don't want to show it right now, but it could still show up soon?
No, I mean, we've got a show. We have different beats through the year. We got to pick what we're going to show where, when it's the right time. I was talking to Daryl Gallagher, the studio head for Perfect Dark, and he and I joke around a lot. We've been talking a lot, and he goes, today I got to watch the show as a fan because he hadn't been part of the process, and he goes, and I think that if I don't stay on schedule next year, I will definitely be watching it as a fan. So a little extreme, not the way we manage teams, but he gets that.
No, tell us
all
about
the
that
teams,
trust.
Believe me, they know when they are up next, and we've already, like Aaron and I have even had conversations at the event earlier.
When we sat back
Here it is.
and looked
This
at
is
the
it.
show, and then looked at next year's show, and
this is it. So this is the part, because it restarted on me. We got the technical issues. Hit that like button. 300 people here, over to 300. Hit that like. Here it is. So Phil talks about that year's show of 2023, this year's show of 2024. Listen what they count. J-Dub, you're going to like this one. Listen what they count in their cadence. Oh, here we go. And then think about Avowed being delayed for Backlog. Just listen to what he has to say right here.
and even looked at next year's show, and like all of it's kind of wrong, but we were very confident in the portfolio that was coming. And I'm usually not the like beat my chest person. I'm still not trying to do that. But in some ways, it was kind of inevitable for us that after a slow 2022,
Right.
we've got over 20 studios when you think about the ZeniMax acquisition and the acquisitions prior and the teams that were already there, that at some point, unless both of us need to lose our jobs, and I've been Twitter fired a lot in the last month, that we were going to hit our stride and be in just a great rhythm of shipping games. And when I looked forward, and like I had complete confidence in what the team's doing, and very excited about the things that we haven't shown.
Right. And I think the thing that will get a response, and it will be, we always hear wait till next year. I mean, what do you say to someone who's like, we've heard this dance before?
I'll just say that Starfield's shipping in September, that
You won't need
Forza's
anything
shipping in
else.
October, that Hi-Fi Rush shipped in January, that
Legends.
H2, Legend, like there is a Redfall thing that I'm not going to avoid, like that creates a mark for us, but I don't think it's fair to say we haven't shipped a game this year.
Right.
I don't think that's right. I think we're going to close the year very strong, both like relative to us and even relative to competition. I feel good. And then when I get into next year, I feel equally strong about what we're going to do. But I get the like after 2021, wait on 2022. Like that's what I say. We have to earn it. Right. But I think
whatever your name is, get ready for the big surprise.
Well, I mean, as well, you're talking about next year. You
Welcome, Pierre.
Too. How many years ahead have you sort of
this
in
gets
the back
good
of your mind have an idea for based on conversations you're having with teams on projects?
Just wait. Before she goes into the next part of this whole thing, Jada, if you're on the delay, you hear what he's saying? He was so confident in this year. Oh, I was confident last year. We got Starfield and this. Dude, he started this year by shutting down Hi-Fi Rush Studio, firing a bunch of people, and then making people wait till May for Hellblade 2 and not knowing when games are going to come out until the last 3-4 months of the year, and now delaying games out of that. This son of a bitch was sitting there, legs crossed, booty hole next to him, hyping up this year. This is what he's saying. Do you hear this son of a bitch? Blatant lies. Lies. He says, I see it. It's all, he is lies upon lies. Like, dude is like, what the hell is he seeing? Like, you really had just Hellblade 2 launching in May. That was your confidence? Even as opposed to the competition, he said, he was confident. Dude.
Listen, I'm going to tell you this, Jez. Now I see where the fan base gets you, right?
You see it, right?
I see it where they
right from the asshole's mouth.
These executives are in denial about common sense stuff, but I get their perspective. They're in it for the money, right?
They're marketing PR
millions of
dudes.
They get paid millions of dollars to do it.
He jokes about getting fired. He's like, "Oh yeah, I should get fired." He's walking on water right now.
Yeah, it's
until Satya, I think, grabbed his ass in earlier this year and said, "Phil, you got to make money." And I think this year he's been a little bit walking on eggshells. I think this year.
Yeah, I don't know, man. They know how to finesse the numbers and split them out and block other tangible stuff to keep. They know how to. They know how to spin it in a certain way where it's like anybody with a fucking brain can see through it, but these fanboys just run with it. Oh my God, 500 million monthly active users, and it's you just shake your head and it's like, okay, well, if you have a failing company and that company buys another company that's usually profitable but they if it costs you $100 billion to do that, is that really, can you really count that unless you recoup your $100 billion? Like, so, I don't know.
Just to put in perspective, this was last year's June showcase in 2023, right before he was going to release Starfield. He came off to take it on the chin with Redfall, and this was before the Activision deal closed. So, shit changed because at the end of that year, this year they must have looked at the books and going, we gotta make our money back, start cutting things. But the thing is that the roadmap of games shouldn't have changed. Like that shouldn't affect Hellblade 2 and Avowed, and that was Microsoft's shift in making. They didn't tell studios to stop making games and put them on PS5. These were going on currently right now. That Frosted Glass was up right now. When he's sitting here talking about this, he knew Sea of Thieves was behind Frosted Glass. He knew that shit was going on. They knew that stuff for over a year. Frosted Glass was in there. But wait, this gets even better. You think that was good? Wait till she asks the question and Phil just can't get out of his own way. Here we go.
That might be very, very early in development.
Well, we were just at Obsidian on Friday and we saw a pretty good roadmap. I mean, when you start to think about, what's the future of Halo? What does that roadmap look like? When you start to think about
machine games.
Yeah, come on. Where's Wolfenstein?
Where is Wolfenstein.
Well, you're not getting
It was
Wolfenstein.
Indiana Jones.
Like,
sure.
But to specifically answer your question, we try to look out about as far as a typical production cycle. So one of the things that has come up a lot today as we've talked to people is just, is there a bit of a reset on expectations around production timelines? It seems that people still have 2 to 3 years in their head. There are a lot of games that could be made in 2 to 3 years, but a lot of big games are more 4 or 5 years. So it's my job to think about, okay, so what happens after you ship Fable? What happens after you ship Motorsport? Right? What is that roadmap? And it generally goes out about one production cycle, which would get you into 2026, 2027.
And is that becoming more difficult to manage as there are more studios?
Well, we've got a great team. I mean, it's it's not like I sit there with some board, moving stuff around.
That is what he does. It's a Ouija board.
Yeah.
A Matrix.
The booty board.
Indian, just like looking at all the screens.
But we have got a whole team that looks at portfolio, and honestly, the teams are the ones that manage that, right? Like, so they bring to us, look, this is our plans. Mostly for us, it's to start, and this is something that. Great that we're in this position. Like, how do we avoid? We don't want to ship this on top of this. Like, what would it mean?
Geez, that is a Ouija
Some of
board.
that, as Phil will always point out, things they don't slip early, right? So as things slip and moves, a lot of that collision takes care of itself.
Wouldn't it be nice if they did?
It would. It'd make my job a lot easier. But we definitely take a look at that, and it's going to be something that I work with Jamie Leader at ZeniMax Bethesda, where we spend a lot of time thinking about.
All right,
let's not
Booty.
have
Get
all
Phil
the
out
shooters
there.
launch in the same quarter. Let's try to keep some of these RPGs away.
So
from
you guys
each
do
other.
think about that?
Absolutely.
Like, okay. Like with the traffic jams and stuff.
Yeah. Exactly.
Starfield.
Yeah.
That was a lot.
It's the biggest. I think it's the biggest.
Anything, everything, because it apply to any other game. One, because it's been raised.
Wait, I got to fast forward this.
Skyrims and Elder Scrolls for quite a while, and that is the game. And I will also say, when you look at things like Skyrim,
Did I miss my
love
part?
the anticipation. To your question about is it fair of being first party, I think part of being.
Wait a second.
Bethesda has ever shipped.
So why hasn't it changed? Beyond.
I got it over here.
I think one of the things, as we earn trust, is that
There it
we
is.
can be a little more planful about how and when we announce things, because I think that's a big part of managing expectations. Is we don't want to announce a game and then go dark for 4 years, right? So we would like to, when we get to the point when we announce a game, that we feel confident enough about the progress the team is making that we get into. If we show up here, that means next year we're here with this gameplay demo, and then we launch sometime that year. That'd be a great cadence to get into, right? I will say, because I've been thinking about this a lot, as I look ahead to 2024.
So I got a part here. Sorry that I got to bounce around because it reset on me. There's a part here where Phil talks about the cadence of what things are, J-Dub. Like, and this is the thing where I'm trying to find this one. Where he says what they count as their quarter commitment, because that goes right, and I had it queued up and it reset on me.
Getting updates from.
It's pissing me off.
I want to say 20 months in a row.
It's
not.
They're not all.
Wait, I gotta
2024. You don't get to be 25. Like,
there it is. This is it. I found it.
So we said, let's be a little bit smarter about our dates this time. Always.
So Phil Spencer's going to talk about their dates. I found it after we heard the other bullshit. There's so many things to break down here, but this is the part. This is the part right here. Now I'm ready. So now Trash Finger's in the air, waving and pointing right at Aaron. He's pointing right at Aaron, Trash Finger, because Aaron knows the bullshit. He gets the Trash Finger every day from Booty. Now we're gonna get it right here. This is where it talks about Flight Simulator 24, talking about what they count in their window. Get ready.
Thieves update or something like that.
I love the discussion. Just like
there it is.
Graphics. It doesn't come through sometimes at Starfield that's going to be a lot, right? So, but remember,
don't go short on Monkey Island.
I was just going to say, let's remember that you've got.
Yes.
You're going to keep getting updates from Sea of Thieves. You're going to keep getting updates from Forza. You're going to keep getting updates on Minecraft. We're going to launch Season 4 of Halo here this coming week, right? So those...
My Dune vehicle at Flight Sim.
I
get my Dune... Or, what's it called?
Ornithopter.
Ornithopter. I didn't have that word. Is that
You're a bit of a Dune aficionado.
I am. I had that word about
didn't know that one. So, but there's going to be content coming from all those. I have more grounded content that'll continue to come out. So, I think the Flight Sim team now has launched an update a month for, I want to say, 20 months in a row, which is just crazy cadence of content updates, right?
And this Flight Simulator 2024, that's a new release, right?
Yeah, so the team felt that there was going to be enough improvement in what we're doing with graphics. It doesn't come through. Sometimes I say to them, you guys are being a little subtle, and they assume that everybody's a kind of an airplane nerd. I don't know if you noticed there's a tornado in there, in that trailer. The tornado is it's not canned. It happens because we're simulating weather to that degree.
That gets my heart.
That's
my kind of game right there.
Yeah.
Oh my
So they've just advances in graphics.
So they bunch a bunch of updates together,
the flight dynamics,
and they call it Flight Simulator 2024. That's releasing. That's your November game.
That'll be the new.
But now Grub asked the question.
Is that in the wheelhouse of when you say you want to have like 4 major first-party games per year? It is going to be of that various scale of it could be a update to Halo. Or it could be
No, I don't. We don't count the updates. So that means something new or something major, right? Okay. So that that could be a Minecraft Dungeons, which I count as something.
So that's
new.
Is that where
right.
this
But
sort
it's
of
not
starts?
going to be a Halo Season 4. It's not going to be Sea of Thieves update or something like that.
I love the discussion, just like a little bit.
Did you hear that?
Okay.
There it was from the booty mouth.
Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit.
You heard him.
Activate. Activate.
Great ass.
You heard great ass Matt Booty say that the cadence of their releases does not count updates and DLCs. So J-Dub, let me ask you a question. Why the hell? Let's go back to that list. Let's go back to that list.
Full of nothing but DLC.
Exactly. Holy shit. They don't count updates and DLCs as part of their cadence of releases. So tell me again, what in the fuck is Avowed getting out of the way of if they don't consider DLCs and season updates to games as part of their cadence of releases? Let's hear that again, the Grindhouse is saying. They want to hear that again. Dude, I found a gold mine in this. Maybe Matt Booty got out-bootied, but he says it right here. Matt Booty.
Content coming from all those have more grounded.
Jeff Grubb, Gaming's Mankind, and Dude Love asked the question.
Now has launched the team felt it was enough.
Ask it again, Grubb.
Going to be
the next 12 months, and they did
scale of it.
Weather to that degree.
That gets my heart.
That's
my kind of game right there.
One more time.
So they've just advances in graphics in terms of how they're simulating the atmosphere, the flight dynamics. They felt it was enough of a leap forward that they're going to put a date on it and call it 2024. Right. That'll be the new baseline.
Is that in the wheelhouse of when you say you want to have like 4 major first-party games per year? It is going to be of that various scale of it could be a update to Halo. Or it could be
No, I don't. We don't count the updates. So that means something new or something major, right? So that that could be a Minecraft Dungeons, which I count as something.
So that's
new.
Is that where this
but
sort
it's
of
not
starts?
going to be a Halo Season 4. It's not going to be Sea of Thieves update or something like that.
All right, Booty. So it's not going to be World of Warcraft updates. They can't even play it on the freaking Xbox. So why are you showing me this chart and saying that Avowed needs to be moved out of the way for the backlog when you don't even count, first off, 4 to 5 games per quarter, like per year? They wanted a game per quarter. Dude, they were talking about this in 2023. How's that going for them? J-Dub, what was the first quarter?
Man.
Nothing.
Zero.
Then what was the second quarter? Hellblade 2. What was the third quarter? Zero. This is what we're at now. And now we got the fourth quarter. Everything's coming out. Oh, well, I guess. No, wait, let's see. Zero, what will be October, November? Yeah, what is, I guess Aria History Untold is their September game, or Age of Mythology. I guess that's their drop. New or updates, I guess that's their third quarter game. And then they got Flight Sim, Call of Duty, Indiana Jones, and Shattered Space don't get counted. But my thing is that why are DLCs and things, look what they say up top, announced first party Xbox games.
Yeah.
Diablo
But
DLC, World of Warcraft. Those are not. What is? That's not
Aura,
announced games.
okay, check this out. Aura is a PC only game.
Oh shit.
It's not on Xbox. I just checked. What else you got up there, Jess? What else?
World
We
of
got
Warcraft, the War
World of
Within.
Warcraft. That's only on PC.
That's a
Age of
DLC though, right?
Mythology.
That's not a new World of Warcraft.
That's just DLC. Age of
Mythology. That is a
Mythology.
remake of a 2002 game. So that's new.
Hold on, because I want to make sure if this is coming to Xbox.
It is. Age of Mythology is. It says. I don't know if it's. I think it's the same day. It's coming to Xbox. I checked it earlier.
Yeah, it is. It is coming to Xbox. Yeah.
So Age of Mythology
that's just a remake. That's a remaster.
Yeah.
Not even a remake.
Well, yeah, remaster of that, and then Diablos is DLC, and Aria is PC.
That's the problem, man. They're only releasing DLCs for the rest of the year. What does that tell you? God damn.
Yeah, dude. And what they have on this list, first party Xbox games. And J-Dub, what are they bringing to Gamescom on that list? It was all updates to Elder Scrolls Online, Diablo DLC. The games that people want to play, Indiana Jones, Shattered Space, and Avowed are going to be video trailers. They're not even be playable. The only shit that's playable is majority of updates to service games.
Jazz, mark my words. I think the reason why they're so iffy on that Starfield Shattered Space, mark my words, I could be wrong. They could be waiting for the PS5 Pro to launch, and that they're going to announce that for PlayStation.
Oh shit! Oh no! Oh
mark
man, Project Frosted Glass.
Yeah, listen, Project Latitude, man.
Project Latitude. They don't have a release date for Towerborn either. When are they going to put it out? New Year's Eve?
But that's what I'm saying. You can't. Stalker was delayed to December, so that's your December game.
No, November, December. Yeah, it got delayed. Yeah, that got
December,
delayed.
from what I understand. Yeah,
but that's not their first party game, so that shouldn't count for that shouldn't count. That's not their first party.
Call of Duty isn't. I understand, but I mean, let's face it. At this point, beggars can't be choosy. They're just throwing out a bunch of DLCs.
Another thing I found out too was that in 2000, when Obsidian was not owned by, they just got owned by Microsoft. They put it in Game Pass. But it's interesting is that Outer Worlds was released the same day as Call of Duty. And it just shows you what consolidation has done, is that now that Microsoft owns Call of Duty and Obsidian, now games that probably might have come out the same day for two different audiences can't happen, because guess what? Their daddy is the same daddy. It's Microsoft owns Call of Duty and Oblivion and Obsidian. So now Avowed. Meanwhile, when they weren't owned by Microsoft, Call of Duty dropped on the 25th. And guess what? The Outer Worlds dropped on the 25th. They both dropped on the same day. And guess what? Avowed and nobody had a problem with Outer Worlds being a new IP going, oh man, it needs space because it's going against Call of Duty. Dude, they dropped that shit the same day as Call of Duty. And they said, here it is. And Avowed is the same size as Outer Worlds, but it needs room though. And now this is a brand new low that we're in, J-Dub. This is the craziest thing, is that now games are being delayed because of a backlog and because of the service. Because it's Phil Spencer and Matt Booty that are trying to see what is the most profitable for Xbox to get the extra money from them and drag out the $20 now paywalled day one Game Pass subscription. Yeah. This is a new low. And you want to talk about anti-consumer? Dude, now they got you by the balls. This is what happens when you don't own your games and you don't buy your games. The fact is now with the subscription, they can manipulate anything, the release schedule. See, guess what? If Obsidian had a partnership with Microsoft, Obsidian would have released the game when they wanted to release it. But because Microsoft now owns the whole entire goddamn company, they can now push the game out to when they want it. And this is the issues that I was saying why Microsoft just wasn't partnering just to get games in their service, why they had to buy whole ass publishers. It's so that they could control everything, the publishing, the release dates, the everything to it. It would have been better if they would have just said, hey, Avowed is not ready for prime time. Let's move it. Because if you remember, and this what sucks, another thing with consolidation, IGN shutting down Game Informer. Well, guess what? I couldn't go back and pull up the article of the Game Informer interview that they had with Avowed, where they said all the things that were not ready for Avowed. They didn't have romancing. They didn't have, and I have a whole video on it, because that's the only thing that we have as documentation of that interview, because I went to Game Informer. It's all shut down. They shut down the whole friggin' thing, J-Dub. It sucks. But Avowed wasn't ready, dude. It wasn't ready.
So I want to know this. Next year, which is really crazy, because if these games get delayed into next year, do you think any of these games are going to be able to compete with Sony games that they got dropping next year? Your Wolverine.
J-Dub, look. South of Midnight, Doom, Fable, they just have full-ass years. Now we know the expectations that Microsoft set. In January, they had the developer direct, cartwheels and all, and they said full 2024 for Avowed. And Phil, coming off his legs crossed interview of last year, he could see it. He sees it. He said they said fall 2024. Then when we got to the June showcase, they just said 2024. They were going backwards. As we're getting closer to the fall, they're giving us more vague dates. And then now, we are now sitting here in August, and this thing gets pushed out in February. Think about it. We're in August of 24. We're not in November or December. We're in August. We're still in the summer. And they're pushing a game out that was slated for the fall next season to winter in February 18th. So tell me when you think South of Midnight is coming. If you would ask somebody before Friday, they would go, oh, Avowed, Indiana Jones, Shattered Space, it's all coming 2024. And then we're going to kick off the year with South of Midnight in February, and Doom in the summer, and Fable in the fall. Yeah, right. Now, where's South of Midnight? I bet you that's coming out probably in May, Hellblade time, if that, maybe even later. And then tell me, the way Call of Duty is hanging around here in October, J-Dub, are they seriously going to drop Fable anytime around Call of Duty?
Oh.
No way. No way. Where's Fable? Fable getting pushed to February 2026? Or is Fable going to get moved up? Booty said in that interview, things don't get delayed up. They don't get moved up. So I bet you and they know now. So if Call of Duty is going to be their kind of black hole every fall, their game of the quarter, then what does that tell you about games that are possibly not coming out early in the year?
Yeah.
And Avowed's not, just to answer your question, Avowed's not going to hang with February. You know, think about what February is. February is a huge month of game releases. We don't even know half the shit that's coming out early next year. All we have, I think, is Donkey Kong coming out in January that's been announced. Everything else slated, we have no clue what the January, February, March lineup looks like. But February was crazy. We had Helldivers 2, Grand Blue Fantasy. Oh, no, Helldivers was in February, wasn't it? Was it in February, March? February.
Helldivers was in February.
February. Grand Blue Fantasy, I think, was end of January.
January. The Last of Us 2
January.
remake was in January. Then we had Stellar Blade. Then we had a couple other games that that I purchased or whatever. That's
it's going to be busy, and next year has a lot of games that are coming out for it, and it's going to be busy. And they don't and they have no friggin' clue as to like how Avowed is going to look. Like I did the review, and I was going through the article, and they were saying how in the Game Informer article about how it wasn't having romancing. The third-person camera that people liked from the June showcase was an accessibility option. The animations and stuff are not fit for Avowed in third person. It's not meant to be played that way. That is just an accessibility option. But they've given the feedback. They will add that Possibly. So maybe it would have been better, hey, we're delaying it to make sure the third-person camera works or something like that. But this whole bullshit, and this is what grinds me up so much about just Microsoft and Phil, they pander to us. They think that we don't have a brain. They think that they could just kind of manipulate us, like X-Body first-party games, meanwhile showing games that are not even on a console, that are DLCs, which they said last year they don't count as part of their release cadence. Now they're throwing them in, fluffing this thing and going, oh, it's so crowded, Avowed needs to be moved. And it's like, who the hell are you kidding when you talked about Avowed since January? You set the expectation since January, and now you are telling us in August that it's getting pushed out to February because of Backlog on a Friday afternoon before your Gamescom thing at the end of August when you have trailers running for Avowed, Indiana Jones, and shit in space?
Yeah.
Don't you think that's kind of weird? And J-Dub, here's another thing. That Tom Warren paywall article that started this whole thing, his shit was verbatim of what they wrote in that tweet.
Pretty much.
I thought he was twisting it, that he was saying, oh, there's so much coming, this is going to get pushed, there's nothing wrong with the game, it's just getting pushed. Dude, he was told by them what to say. That was all fabric. That was all Microsoft PR using Tom Warren, giving him the access so that people could pay for his paywall article. But that was all Microsoft dictating exactly, because his tweet was like, well, there's so much coming, and that's why. But Avowed's fine. There's nothing wrong with Avowed. That's what he said, right? Where's Tom Warren's tweet? Verbatim. So many games coming. As such, we have to move this. Well, let's see what Tom Warren's behind paywall tweet was. What was that? His paywall tweet was, where is his thing? Where's Tom Warren's clownery on his thing? It was like verbatim, like they were told.
Yeah.
Right?
All of them get it.
They all get it.
L's, man. They all get L's.
They all get it. They all get it because they use them. Here it is. So here's his tweet. Look, it is. Before Microsoft even did their tweet the next day. Here's his tweet. Microsoft is about to delay Avowed slightly. I'm hearing that Obsidian is about to announce an Avowed delay to early 2005. More on Notepad. And then his article on Notepad was that the game is fine and it's just being delayed to make room. And when you think Microsoft comes out and says the same exact thing. Here it is right here. Is this the one? No. And I had it from my other video.
Look, we need to bring back stoning. Bring back stoning.
It is such a friggin' disaster. But let me ask you this, J-Dub. How successful has Microsoft first-party game delays been? These games come out polished?
Dude,
remember Halo?
Yeah.
Halo getting delayed for polish.
Starfield, Redfall, all of their games never make it. It never comes out better because they delayed it, and that's the problem.
Exactly.
Nobody has faith in them. Nobody has faith in them.
Nope. Here's the Halo. I remember when Halo got delayed. Ryan McCaffrey getting delayed for polish.
Yep.
They polished a turd because it still came out missing co-op. The 3 or 4 maps. Here's why Halo is bootleg. There they go. Well, Halo delay is ultimately a good thing. You see the articles right themselves, Jada. I already see this about Avowed. Oh, delaying Avowed is a good thing. Here's why Halo Infinite's delay is ultimately a good thing. See the same shit.
They'll come up with whatever, and that's why
Windows Central. Let's see. Starfield delay. Wait, I want to know. Redfall delay. Let's see what the Redfall delay news was. Redfall delayed. Let's see what they said. Was that a good thing too? Let's see. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. They're all good things for polish. Starfield being delayed for polish. The same thing. Oh yeah, Redfall Avowed being delayed. Dude, what? They polished it. They're still putting updates in Starfield. Like, no map in the city. Dude, they had a year delay. Redfall, the vampire AI sucks. True Virgil, tell them how it is. It gets stuck behind park benches. Redfall was delayed over a year. Starfield, a year. They were saying Starfield was going to come early in the year. It came out September of last year. They weren't even... Halo got delayed, and we didn't know until later on. It was almost a year later that Halo got delayed. And still wasn't ready. Still getting updates. We heard you. All this shit. And now, yet again, expectations set by Microsoft for Avowed, they set them. Not you, not me, not the fans. They did. And they got to get the trust. And they got to earn that trust. And they got to do all this shit. I see the roadmap. A game a quarter. I see it. And he just said in that interview, I don't want to toot my own horn. I don't want to pound my chest. But sometimes we knew eventually we'll just catch up. The next
They
game.
just, I mean,
What the fuck?
if you think about it, they just say that shit just to appease just to appease their fans, the people who evangelize it, right?
But how much can they lie to him,
and they
J-Dub?
believe it.
How they freaking lie to him?
But here's the thing: if they keep believing you, right, and they keep
Flying
falling
out
for your
rooftop
bullshit,
parties.
you'll keep doing it. You'll keep doing it.
Give me that access.
They'll think about it, Jez. Those guys, they see this shit and they what? They keep going out there doing what? They'll go out there and defend it.
They keep making up articles about it, or making up lies about how there was going to be a game drop of the drops in Game Pass for July. Well,
Oh, there's a new console they're working on. There's a new this, and I heard this, and it's just, they keep running cover for them. So why would they change anything?
and making excuses. Why nobody? All these interviews that Phil does, nobody says, "Hey Phil, why are developers skipping out your platform?" No, they won't ask him that question. He'll be like, well, I don't know. We got him the tools and all this other stuff, too. I just watched the rest of the video about all the lies they were saying about the Series S. How it's just going to be a resolution downgrade. Meanwhile, we got devs coming out saying that they can't make the game Kingdom Come, pause. Kingdom Come 2, pause again. That game, they said they had to make the game 25% bigger because of the limitations of the Series S. They had to make it, they came out and said it. Because of the limitations of the S, they couldn't make the game as big as they wanted to. They had to make it a certain amount. But the thing is like, you want to hear another Phil Spencer classic. Here's Phil Spencer, who's 6 months in the job, talking about Crackdown 3.
Been with us for such a long time.
You don't have...
I try to take a long-term view on what we're doing with Xbox
6 months
in this business. And I think if we can't take that view as a platform holder, as Microsoft, with the resources that Microsoft has, I don't think we're kind of playing to our strengths. So the kind of short term, maybe there's a little money to be made. I mean, we've made some decisions in the past. I think I've talked publicly before when I look at something, one of the franchises I love, say Crackdown and Crackdown 2, where I thought we turned the crank on Crackdown 2 too quickly.
Yeah.
And I don't think we gave that franchise enough time to really meet the expectation that I had as a huge Crackdown fan, and I know the customers did, and the results showed. So while at the time you feel like you can do something short term where maybe there's a little blip in revenue, and in the long term, I think if you lose sightlines into who the customer is and how much they watch what we do and how what we do sets the kind of perspective of who we are as a company, I think that's where you can get into trouble. And frankly, I've been in the job 6 months now, but I'm definitely trying to take a long-term view in all the decisions. I clearly don't do everything perfectly, and people call me out on it all the time. And that's great. You know, people calling me out. I want to get better at this job. But taking a long-term view, especially with the kind of short term, maybe there's a little money to be made. I mean, we've made some decisions in the...
There you go. There's Phil Spencer saying he's still learning, 6 months into the job, and he loves Crackdown 3 and going to make it to expectations because they jumped the gun too early. Crackdown 2, J-Dub. This is Phil Spencer 6 months into the job.
More bullshit.
Bullshitting his back then.
More bullshit.
Hyping up. Do you hear... Like this, like, how do you have a brain and still believe that the management at Microsoft and Xbox know what the hell they're doing? They don't. And year after year, it's wait, delay. How are they incompetent in getting their own first-party stuff out? Because you could sit here and say Sony's been quiet, but Sony has been dropping their first-party content. It's been hitting, and they had a couple of drops, but not really with their first-party stuff. But their first-party has been hitting. Maybe Concord's their first, but like they've been hitting. And Concord's not a bad game in the sense that it's like missing stuff or incomplete, or it's just there's a lot of competition, and I don't think it was marketed properly. But it's a polished game. It's a good shooter. It's not like a Halo where they promise co-op and it's not there at launch, or day one guns and they're not there on day one. Those are huge issues. Or Starfield, loading screens galore without optimization, no mini maps. Like, we need Betterment of Life updates for over a year. These laundry list of updates for a game that was already delayed a year. Like, these are the kind of things, like, dude, these are head scratches. Crackdown 3 with no matchmaking at launch. Like, they was talking about the cloud with Crackdown 3. Forza Motorsport with the horrible leveling up system that people hated. The graphics of what was like, yo, I got this video. If you remember this one, holy shit, J-Dub knows this as a driver. J-Dub, remember this? Like, another game that got delayed. Where the hell is this? I got this video of where the hell is Forza, what was shown and what released in graphic wise.
I know, right?
You know that
even
video.
Digital Foundry. Yeah, Digital Foundry went in on that.
Yeah, here it is. Like, this is what I mean with Xbox first party games. Like, you're looking at what was shown in the reveal in 22 and then what was released in 23. And it's like, dude, this is their premier racing game. Look at the trees from 2022, and then here's 2023. Like,
yep,
their trees are all blotchy. Where's the blotchy trees? Like, the blotchy trees, the textures of what was shown in 22 versus 23, it's a downgrade. But these are the things that Microsoft has been doing with their first party. They own it all, and they just cannot get out of their own way. And now you got Avowed, which they're moving it out of the way in February, and we don't even know what's coming out in February yet. But get ready. I just don't understand why are they so disconnected with their first party. And maybe you heard what Booty and Phil said, like, the developers run everything, the studios run it, and they just bring it to Booty for like a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
And they don't have that oversight. They don't have that ingrained, I am the seal of quality. Even though my name is Booty, I still have a seal of quality, that a standard that I cannot let pass me to put it out into the public for gamers to consume. Like, it starts and ends with Booty. He is the one that says, hey, it's not ready. It's ready. Ship it. Like, he's the one that has to communicate to Phil what's ready and what's not. And he is messing up in his job because he's just letting shit slip through the crack of the ass. Oh, man. Pun intended. That one. Booty letting shit slip through the crack of the ass. Because he's the one that should be like, yo, Phil took it on the chin. I'm taking it in the ass. Booty. He just, dude, I don't understand it. Like, but he needed to call and say, yo, I'm the Booty Bomb. If this shit comes through me, it's going to be sure that I got to make sure that this is quality. Because we need a standard to uphold. And he hasn't done that. At all.
Yeah, I'll be honest. They're a bunch of swindlers, man.
They are. They're swindlers.
They're a bunch of a bunch of swindlers.
They are. They go on there and again, like, you know, they do that showcase in June. They ride their high horse. They kiss babies. They hug grandmas. They do rooftop parties. They tramp stamp everybody. Love the fans. Give them the jerseys. Let them watch the show. Do interviews. And then they eat up all that fandom, and then they go back and shit up the place. Because, like I said, they had a good show. Like, it was an entertaining show. It was one of the better shows. But they needed to deliver. And it goes right back to my video back. Like, you had a great show. You need to deliver on it. And now, look, Avowed delayed into February because of Backlog. How is that acceptable? How is that where are the J-Dub, I need to know, where's the anti-consumer crew? $10 upgrade. Where's the anti-consumers? Where are they? On Twitter, where are they?
You won't hear from them.
You know, because they were out with their flags and everything, man. When it was the $70 games, they went back in their hole when Phil said everything's $70 then. $70 games, exclusives, and also too, going back to the other topic about the whole developers just skipping Xbox. You know, one thing that I didn't see from the anti-consumer crew was they thought that Sony was money-hatting all these China Joy projects.
Yeah.
And they said no. They said no. Sony's just working with us, and we're just putting our stuff there. That's it.
They can't possibly fathom that developers would choose to go with Sony over Xbox. That's what it is.
Exactly. And it's because of the install base. It's because of the install base. No console, no problem. No, it is a problem for developers.
Yeah.
If you were a developer, you had $100 million, J-Dub, and I said you're going to make a game. Like the first thing you're going to go is, well, where's the audience? And you're going to look and go, well, what are you going to prioritize first? Like it goes with anything. Your team, you have a budget, you're going to prioritize where you're going to go.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you're going to do.
I'll be honest, it's actually pretty sad.
It is horrible, dude. It pisses me off.
Go down this way.
It's ridiculous because they say that the industry's not growing. And the thing is that it's because they're bailing out of it. If they were strong and had a backbone,
they're a third of.
They're a third of the yes. They're
a third of.
They're the Triforce. Industry. It was Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft Triforce, and one
so
is
when
just.
They say game, when they say gaming is dying,
they're
the reason.
Causes. Yeah,
Xbox is they're the reason because Nintendo and Sony are dominate. Nintendo has its handheld. It dominates. It does what it does there. Sony has a console, the high-end console space, and they dominate there. The only person that's, but you can't,
the weakest
for whatever
link.
Reason, man. You can't. Yeah,
you're right. It's the weakest link, dude. And it's just like I don't understand how the consoles are not selling. Just imagine if Microsoft was up 50% and Sony was up there 100%. Nintendo's getting ready for their console. Like Microsoft's part of it, and their lack of marketing and saying about the console. Like I always said, the thing is the console, they paying for online. They're important to your services and subscription content because that group pays for online. So having console sales is one of your gateways to your services. It's gateways to getting people to pay for something that's free everywhere else. Like the console should be a very important part of your ecosystem. It shouldn't be like, well, we don't care. And hearing Xbox fans like you had in your video clip going, or these goofy ass media clowns, Mr. Yellow Chair and friends, who really don't give a shit. They're not real gamers. They don't care. They're in it because whatever. Like they're not. They're media or garbage, wherever the hell they are. They're not real. But the thing is that telling fans, oh, well, they don't just care about the consoles. And that's okay. No, it's not okay.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the person that goes, no, Dusty Bin, it's not okay. And now you can't go cry wolf and go, oh, well, console sales are horrible. This is bad. Dude, you were telling people that console sales didn't matter. It's the Xbox ecosystem.
That's true.
You celebrate the PlayStation Portal because the console is essential to the Portal. The console is still their heartbeat, and they know that that's their heartbeat. Same thing with Nintendo. That's their heartbeat. They'll go out and poke around at the neighbors and do all that stuff, but they know if they screw the pooch, they mess up their house and home, there's nothing to come back to. And that's what Microsoft did. They went out, they told their family, I'm going out for milk and cookies, and they fucked around with all the neighbors. And then they came back home, the wife, everybody found out, deadbeat. That's it. No house to come to. And now they're coming back and the console house is done. Because Microsoft went around and said, I'm not worried about you guys. You guys will still be here when I get back. And then, no, dude. You told us no console, no home needed.
Yep, that's literally what people aren't coming back. It's just,
They're
it
not.
is what it is. People are going where the games are. They're going where people are saying this is the best place to play, and that's it.
Yeah, and that's why the console, the X, can't even get its utilization better. Like all the Hovis method, all this, the Xbox with DirectX ray tracing they had, all this other shit. And it's just, it's such a disaster. And the fact is that it falls all on them because they have all this IP, all these games, and they're the ones that are fumbling over themselves with their own games. They're Avowed. They have the Forza franchise, Redfall. How the hell does that even get out there? Hellblade 2 marketing. People were screaming from the rooftops the month before Hellblade released, saying, "Where's the marketing?" And Aaron Greenberg's like, "Well, we put some posters in some train stations." It's like, I had some kids going around putting posters up. It's like, Aaron Greenberg, you're a weak ass. You suck.
Yep. Exactly.
Dude, it's like, yo, shout out to Mash with the 20 members. Yo, thank you, man. I got it. Where's my sirens with the bomb? Dude, there it is. Not that one. There it is. Yo, thank you so much, Mash. How are you doing with my technical difficulties this evening? I think hopefully everything is. I'm gonna have to fix my stuff. But yeah, Jada, like I really don't even know where to begin with this stuff, because I think this Avowed thing. And one day I want to ask you something. When you see, let me ask you this, because I'm going to tell you what I think when I see this. When you see people go, "Oh, it's fine that it got delayed. It's okay," given the track record that Microsoft has, like, it's not like the game gets delayed and it comes out and it's like still incredible. Like, they have a bad track record, but them going, "Oh, that's okay." What is the first thing that gets in your head when somebody's like, "Oh, it's okay, it got delayed. It's okay. We're eating good. There's too many games." Like, what do you think when you see those people saying that stuff?
I just don't. I'm gonna be honest. The hardcore gamer have already left Xbox. The only people, the stragglers that's defending it, those are the new guys, the new booties that just came around. Because they had nowhere else to go. They didn't want to go to Nintendo or whatever. That's all. That's why you gotta. Those guys don't count. They'll like a shit on a stick if Phil offered it to them, right?
Yeah.
But they don't spend any money. Those are the Game Pass guys, right? It's easy. It's easy to say something if you're not spending any money. But people who spend their money, they tend to have some skin in the game.
Yeah. I just feel like if people are that accepting without kind of a little pushback going, "Well, you showed us the game, like you showed us more of it, and nobody's got a chance to play it." Nobody speculated like why nobody was able to play these games. And when we saw people playing Astrobot, coming back with hands-on impressions of Lego Horizon, shit that got announced this year that we even know existed, people were playing it. "Oh, I played Astrobot. This is my opinion." Digital Foundry on top of it. And when you see Avowed, which was announced for years, and they've been slowly rolling this thing up in playable videos, and nobody's been playing it, no hands-on. But when I see people just easily just go, "Oh no, that's good, delay it for I'm just like, were you really interested in the game to begin with? Like, did the game like really excite you? Because I would be bummed if something I was excited about got delayed, and I would be, "Oh, that sucks." But I didn't see people like really upset that Avowed got delayed. I just saw people going, "Oh, it's great, it's fine, it's fine." And it's just like, really? Did you really even care? Did you really even want to play the game? Or was it just one of your, little PowerPoint slides?
Console war.
Yeah. Well, it's a little
right?
list, because I would be bummed out if I was looking forward to that game that was slated for the fall, as told to me in January, and now it's coming out the next February, and it better not show up in the January Gamers Direct in next year. We'll call,
will.
and we'll see Sue on the scooter again.
It probably will, and they'll, like Phil said, they'll evangelize it.
They'll evangelize it. It just
what a sad bunch, man.
And so
they'll just talk about.
When do you think
they'll
Indiana
continue
Jones
to talk
coming
about
out?
Microsoft profits. I think Indiana Jones. I think it's delayed. I think it'll come
You
out
think
next
that's
year
getting
sometime.
pushed out next year too?
Yeah, yeah. There's no way. We're in August already. How the hell you don't know when of these games coming out? You know when COD's coming out. It's your game. How do you? I mean, what else are you expecting to come out?
Yeah, you know,
Right?
when Avowed's coming out in February. You're telling me you don't know your game's coming out this year, but you know Avowed's coming in February though. Like, what's coming out? Like, Indiana Jones has to, and if you think about quarterly games, Call of Duty is that October quarterly game, and then Flight Sim is 2024, which that counts as a game. So, like, is Indiana Jones coming out December? Is there special editions for Indiana Jones? I don't know. I think that's the other thing that they messed up with Game Pass, dude. They messed up because, like, the lack of ownership of your games, like, that was the reason why I was reminiscing about the 360, right? And I was like, the reason why I kept buying 360s and getting through Red Rings of Death left and right, it was because I had a huge library that I own that I bought of Xbox games, and I had to play them, so I needed the console. And they miscalculated a lot with the Game Pass, thinking that people are going to, like, subscribe. They don't own those games. They could easily just stop paying per month, and that Xbox or whatever turns into a paperweight because they didn't buy those games. They just bought a console and subscribed. They could easily just jump off that platform and go somewhere else because they're not committed, because there's no ownership of content at all. Unless you're converting people to buy those games, which most likely we haven't really seen super proof of, that more people buy games. We've seen it cannibalize sales. So really, you gave people such an easy out to jump off, to jump on Game Pass, and your cadence has not been enough for people to say sustained subscriptions. Think about it. Mm-hmm. Would you pay $20 a month this year for Hellblade in May and Call of Duty in October, November? Like, would you be paying in the dry summer months and Januaries and Februaries when you know the next release is in May?
Oh.
And then the rest of it's a crapshoot. The rest of it's a crapshoot. And you're paying $20 a month to just be told what they're going to give you.
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude. See, it says Roberto Max says, Jez a little hurt. Xbox is finished. Dude, yeah. I'm telling you, man, watching, you guys don't understand. Like, I just, the shit that I went through watching Xbox try to fight against PlayStation to become that relevant thing in the 360 was crazy. Like, watching the struggle of not getting games the same day as PlayStation and waiting for that stuff, that shit was annoying as hell. But they had the online services. They had that party chat. That was a hook. And they were doing things that were different. I felt Sony was not ready for that networking stuff. And Microsoft had it in the 360 era. They did. And they used it to their leverage. And watching that brand blow up and become a major pillar in the trifecta of the three consoles was great. And it should have just stayed that way. But then they decided to throw their Microsoft bullshit in there with TV and Kinect, and then they just wrote it down. It sucks, dude. It sucks. And now this Game Pass completely just gutted their whole identity. And now they don't know what the hell they are. But yeah, man.
The writing is on the wall, right? It's like it's the writing is on the wall. I'll stand on this. There's only a handful of guys who are still in denial about it, and those people, don't count anyway. So
they don't. Yeah, and also too with the whole like clout of Twitter and the access that they gave YouTubers, they play that up too, and they know that they.
Well, yeah, a bulk of them.
Yeah,
Jez, think about it. A bulk of them, they need all three of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they need them
for content and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If Xbox goes away, that's less money that's on the table for them. So of course they're gonna hype it. Oh, everything is gravy.
It sucks. It's ridiculous. Sorry, I hit the microphone. Now I hit my lapel microphone. Shit, I can't escape it. Yeah, my microphone is shot. I gotta go to Amazon now, so I'll buy a whole new setup. Shit, this sucks. It's crazy. But yeah, man, I don't know, man. I couldn't believe that. I just couldn't believe with the Avowed delay that, basically, Tom Warren had the script and Microsoft just followed that script. I thought they were going to give a little bit better reasoning if they were going to delay it. It didn't even come from Obsidian. It was such a weird thing on a Friday afternoon. It was so weird. And then Phil Spencer retweeted it, going like, "Oh yeah, this is good." You know, like, this is great. Like, giving you some room. It's like, give me some room. When the hell do you need room? That's a new one. But nobody crying anti-consumer with that one. Delaying games for the sake of the subscription service, because that's exactly what it sounded like. It would have been better off saying we're trying to add third person camera to it.
Exactly.
That would have been better than going like, you know, the other thing. But man,
yeah.
But JW, yo,
Hey, I gotta.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it, man.
Anytime,
Hey,
brother.
it's been a while
thanks for,
too.
getting me on. Yeah, it's been a while, and I saw you on. I was listening to you. I said, let me get in here and see if Jez wants some,
No, I
to
appreciate
bounce
it,
some
dude. No,
stuff off of me.
definitely.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
And of course, I
Thanks
had
to
your
the chat,
tweet and
man.
everything. Yo, thank you so much, chat. Yeah, thank you for bearing with me with all the crazy mic issues, and I'm glad that we're able to still do the show.
Yeah.
And shout out to JW for coming on, man. This has been a long time. I'm glad, you're welcome anytime. Come on here and was chatted up. But I'm glad I had your tweet and I had you walk us through it. Because I knew that was coming. But shout out to JW. JW, tell them where to find you on your channel, because I saw you did some shows, right? You did some streams.
Yeah, I did some. Yeah, I did a couple streams and stuff like that. I'll be honest, I'm probably going to start moving more towards Twitch, just playing games and talking and stuff versus the YouTube thing. Only because, man, I like channels like this and stuff like that. I'd rather like watch you guys do it and stuff and just participate on that, because I'm on Z's show. I'm over here sometimes.
Yeah, man, you're
I'm
fighting
on
Pastor all the time, man. Pastor's wild.
So I'd rather spend that time, just doing that versus, because when you just, a lot of people don't know, man, content creating, man, it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of effort, the editing and all that stuff. People just think it's just easy. It is not, man.
Nah, dude.
All the stuff that you do and just bringing it all together and stuff like that, it's a lot of headache.
It's a lot
and
of it, dude.
Just like to,
You just want to game and chat. I know I've been doing some of the thing too. Like, I've been just turn on and play a game and like just play with the chat. Sometimes I had them come in. We're doing a bunch of Concord, and I want to do more of when the other games come out too, the multiplayer games come out. Like, we're just gonna rock with those, because you're right. Just turning on streaming and playing games. Like, I want to make sure I get more of that too. On there. But I like when you do that too, because it's basically that's how I even started with this stuff, because me and Frogs, we should just play games and just talk about all the shit that we saw on Twitter, on YouTube, and I was like, yo, let's just do a show. let's just go live. But you're right, it is a lot of work, and now I gotta get a new mic on this other stuff. But yo, chat to you, man. Thank you for coming on. Yo, Grinders, thank you so much.
Definitely, man.
Hit that like button. Thank you for all the VIPs, Mash, the bombs coming on in here, all the super chats. Make sure I got everybody there. Baal and Ron M. Thank you for all the VIPs. We're gonna get new emojis coming in, and yeah, definitely. And I'm gonna send you out with a good gaming Grindhouse song to wrap up the end credits. But shout out to everybody again for coming on through here. Keep it locked here to the gaming Grindhouse. I'm going to be getting a new microphone probably soon, and next day or so, and then basically we're gonna be back to the podcasting with my new mic. We'll see how that goes. And also I dropped a new song today, so keep that locked there. We got a new song for the Ultimate Grinder. So if you did get a VIP, upgrade to Ultimate, where you get your music at day one, and then I'll be dropping another song in the next day or so. I'm going to be writing a couple this week to drop down. So with that, you'll get a nice little outro video here, and let's do one of these. Bill needs his money. That's the thing that changed. See you, Grinders. Hit that like button. Thanks again.
Spencer's got a plan, raising prices while he can. Game Pass rolling up the dime, players gonna pay the climb. $80 billion hit, time to make the gamers split. Console lovers feeling sore, wallets crying out for more. Phil needs his money now, Game Pass gonna make us bow. Phil needs his money now, gonna milk that cash cow. Subscriptions getting high, players asking the big why. Sustaining dreams ain't cheap, in Phil's world no one's asleep. Microsoft's playbook new, old deals bid adieu. Monopoly wars they fight, keep that ecosystem tight. Phil needs his money now, Game Pass gonna make us bow. Phil needs his money now, gonna milk that cash cow. Phil needs his money now, Game Pass gonna make us bow. Phil needs his money now, gonna milk that cash cow. Phil needs his money now, Game Pass gonna make us bow. Phil needs his money now, gonna milk that cash cow. Phil Spencer's got a plan, raising prices while he can. Game Pass rolling up the dime, players gonna pay the climb. Phil needs his money now, Game Pass gonna make us bow. Phil needs his money now, gonna milk that cash cow. Phil Spencer's got a plan, raising prices while he can. Game Pass rolling up the dime, players gonna pay the climb. $80 billion hit, time to make the gamers split. Console lovers feeling sore, wallets crying out for more.